What's happening, y'all? It's your boy Sean here with the man, the myth, the legend. Realize to cast this great game. You got Diff versus Slick Catboys with the Husky Fang Draft League. How you doing, Realize?
I'm doing great. How are you? I'm ready to watch some great games.
Same here. I can't wait to get into these games. We got these Prem boys that are showing us folks and challengers what it's really like to get down with the nitty gritty.
Yep, and both of us here know someone personally on one of these teams here, so I think it's going to be a great set for us to be casting over.
Are these folks everyone's ready to rock and roll so we can get in these picks and bans and see who's gonna be target banned and I'm calling a Freya band's gonna come out tonight. Freya's been popping off lately because Hi-Rez has this weird fetish with giving Freya just a little bit of leeway and then she just takes off.
Well, I mean, it's been happening for like what 7 years now, so why change it now?
Exactly. Freya is to Smite what Mercy is to Overwatch. And yeah, where the companies just have no idea what to do with them.
Mhm. I mean, I never played Overwatch, but I can just imagine the frustration from that. It's just they gotta figure it out eventually, right? Like it's been Freya's like been in the game for what, like 8.5 years now.
Freya's been in the game since like I believe season 0. If I'm not mistaken, Freya was in the game back when I think there was a time where you could be physical and magical for some people, and Freya I think was one of the folks that fell into that.
I know you could build crit Freya. I believe it was.
Yeah, imagine building Book of Thoth and stacking trans, bro. Like, like that would be disgusting.
I
One
think you'd
one
only have one
shotting a
type of
full.
power though.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I wasn't playing the game at that time, so that's why it's just purely I go off of what other people say. But I'm like 90% sure Freya was you could do either. Which is nutty, but now they put her as a mage who doesn't really know what to do with herself.
Yeah, I mean she's gotten I think the most reworks in all of Smite history at this point.
Very. Yeah. I don't think I don't think anyone else has topped her.
It's like either her or Bastet, right?
She definitely has more reworks, reverts, and redos than any other god in the game. That's Bastet, that's Odin, included with that. Like they really didn't know what to do with Freya. Because you give her an inch and she's running a marathon and or if you reel her in, she's like a yo-yo that's in your hand. She just doesn't go anywhere. So Freya is really kind of shining through right now, and folks are, all the Freya mains are coming out the woodwork to pulse someone to death because forget her ult, but that pulse damage is absolutely nutty.
Yeah. She's also, I believe, the only god that has gotten a rework and then gotten the rework rework. So it's just like they really just don't know what to do with her, do they?
Not at all. In terms of gods with reworks, are we able to pull up the god list?
I mean, I can name a few. We got Freya, we have Odin, we have Rat, we have.
All right, Rat did get a rework.
Yeah,
I
he's gotten
forgot.
multiple reworks. He
Yeah,
used to have
Rat's
four
got a
acorns,
rework.
then
Rat's
he
got a
got
rework.
one, and
Nox
then
got
four again.
reworked. Ravana got reworked. Odin got reworked. Bastet.
By Loki, that's
Loki.
right.
Yeah, Loki did. Persephone did. And then people were like, "Oh, she's so good now," and like she feels good. And then people are back to complaining because they're smite boys that don't know what to do with themselves. Hint, hint. There's a tree outside in your front yard. Why don't you go sit by it? Um, but I
That's
think
what.
that's it for folks that really did get like an insane
Oh,
rework. Oh,
Erlang.
er, yeah, Erling. Yeah, he got it. It is a
It's tough
rework, but
rework.
it's enough of a rework. But then if you take into consideration gods like Ao Kuang and how Kukulkan used to be the old Ao Kuang,
That's a
um,
Wukong and Hunbats.
and Wukong and Hunbats, yeah, there's been a lot going on, and usually once they hit someone with a rework, they kind of stick with it. Freya, Bastet, Odin, are the exception.
I'm
Um,
trying to think what else got reworked.
I
Mm,
don't. I'm looking
Ho
at that
oh,
list.
Nuwa, that's right, Nuwa.
Nike got reworked
Yeah.
a little bit.
Who
Nike got reworked.
Hou Yi kind of got reworked.
When?
Well, like, yeah, his 1 originally had you had to charge it up, and his 3 would, like, hover
What?
him in the air for, like, a while. It was
I
really weird.
remember. I remember his floating jump. I don't remember the one though. That's brand new
On
news to
release, he
me.
had to charge his ult, which made it, like charge his 1, sorry, which made it really bad.
Yeah, no, that I didn't know that because I didn't play Hui at the time when he dropped, but he definitely. I remember the leap, and it was like you're giving a Wheelix all the time in a world to pull you.
It was,
Um,
3 seconds in the air, and, you couldn't cancel it either, you were just forced to hover in the air.
you remember how bad Ravana's ult used to be? Like it was so bad I couldn't actually tell you what it
I
actually did.
wasn't really, I have too much memory of, actually playing against it. All I know is that I'd read the skill description, and that was just enough to say, how bad I think it did, 200 damage max rank.
Yeah, it was the most like confusing type of deal, like ult ever. That The X-Ball
Xbox.
stun. Yep,
Oh,
missed that.
yeah.
Cause X-Ball was just like X-Ball was always a good hyper carry. He never really shined until all of a sudden someone was like, "Wow, this ultimate like forces people to stop moving or they get stunned." And then if you pair that with like a Bacchus who just ulted you or Kabrakan doing his tremble, like you just got a free stun, and then they took it away, and then people were like, "Oh, I don't want to play with you anymore." And now he's super slept on as an ADC, still punching out crazy damage. Even though his ult doesn't stun, it's still a good. I can't think of the word. It's still a good
It's very good at ganking ult.
ganking ult and ending a fight before it starts. I cannot think of the word that I'm looking for.
Initiation? Is that what you're looking for?
De-escalation or a synonym for de-escalating a fight. It does
Slowing down?
that. Oh,
Oh, wait.
and we're in. We're in. All right, so let's get into these picks and bans. Um, we've got a lot going in today, and I cannot wait to see what these folks bust out. Um, how do we pronounce? Is that Shiroi Emiya? Like
Shiro Emiya.
who? What does that come from?
It's an anime.
Which
It's
one?
from the anime Fate Grand Order.
Oh
He
no, I
is
haven't
the main character.
understood. I like my anime. Haven't heard of that one yet. Oh, that name definitely sounds like the name of a main character. Let's
Yes, it
keep it a
does.
stack. All right, so we got KA getting banned off rip with Uller as well.
Pretty typical, ranked bans here, followed up by the Kali, tearing up the meta recently, kind of just holding W and winning games along the way. See the Cleo getting banned as well, very strong pick recently.
Okay, yeah, I'm always down to ban a Klee. She will eviscerate you if she catches you one on one. Same with Bakasura coming out. It's just and Mercury. They're getting rid of all the hyper carries and making sure that Nemesis gets insta locked for the side of Dafster's team. And they're gonna lock in Daji. Paxki going in for the Daji. Super good at ganks and has arguably one of the safest escapes that I can think of for an assassin, being able to jump onto not only an enemy but your minions or your team. Um, super safe, getting in and out of fights, going over walls. Um, really good at disengaging, and that's the word that I was looking for. With a Morgan Le Fay being locked in, that's definitely going into that mid lane. Morgan is a lot of damage in a short amount of time with very low cooldowns, and they're going to be facing off against a super tanky team, Kukulin, more than likely going into that solo lane with Geb as the support. And let's see what this third and final pick from the first phase is going to be.
Sure, taking a while. You were talking about the Dodgy pick earlier. I think they picked that for the Nemesis first place because Dodgy makes it really hard for Nemesis to really play safe early on. She kind of has to get beads because if she gets hit by the Powwow, she kind of just dies if she doesn't have any way to get out. I mean, they do have the Geb Shield now, which was picked up, so they do have a little bit of leeway, but it's definitely going to make it a lot harder for the Nemesis to get online earlier.
And the Jing Chen coming out. So he is going to be making sure that beads get burned. If you don't get ulted by him, and you beat him, you're gonna get pulled by the Daji if Daji hits the chains. Um, Definitely liking the Jing Chen pick. Something to help Daji make sure that beads are down. With that whirlwind vacuum ult that he's got, he's a super slept on support pick right now.
Yeah, I completely agree. Qin Shen is one of my favorite. It's like I believe that he is one of the most slept underrated gods in the game, especially on support. That one with with the damage reduction on auto attacks is so strong, yet we barely see people using it effectively. I believe Qin Shen is an incredibly strong pick into Nemesis because he's incredibly safe. So a lot of times Nemesis players will look to use their ult onto a tank to burn them down quickly in a team fight. Xing Chen he has two leaps and an ult that makes him CC immune for a very long time. He's going to be incredibly hard to lock down.
Absolutely. Would not want to be anyone who has to really just chase down a tank just because they ulted them. So the Jing Chen is a solid pick. However, if Geb manages to find a way to not be locked into his ult, he can shield out of that ult. If he ults when Jing Chen's doing it and he doesn't get pulled, he can shield someone else out of it and CC cleanse them, get them away from there, and they are good to go. But with these last phase of bans, we're gonna get rid of 4 hunters: Rama and Jingwei and Chernobog and AMC. With Sun Wukong being locked in for that solo lane.
Yeah, I mean, I can't really disagree with those bans. Right now a lot of hunters are running the meta. We've been seeing a lot of triple ADCs in the SPL, which personally I really dislike. But it's been getting a lot of wins, so it's definitely a very effective comp that people are going for. So it definitely makes sense that they are prioritizing what I believe are probably four of the strongest hunters right now currently in the meta. As we see the Uller ban in the earlier stages as well, so that's 5 hunters banned in total.
And since we banned out the Jingwei, the safest hunter in the game, we did see the second safest hunter get picked up with that Hachiman, and I'm pleased to say they're gonna bring out that X ball. That is a pick right there. I love me some X
Maybe they
ball.
heard it on the cast.
Yeah, he is nutty in the damage department late game. He is one of the 3 people, I've said it before, that can actually box and beat an AMC in the late game. He's one of the only hunters that can do so, while two of the other ones were banned out. So Hachiman really safe. Not quite up there in the damage department when it comes to facing an X ball in late game, but he's very safe, very good damage, and just able to get in and out of fights if he really chooses to do so. Baba Yaga also coming out, a mage that doesn't really do much in the early game, and all of a sudden she's dropping ultimate. When that house comes down, it is party time, home sweet home, coming down, getting everyone away from you, and then you're just throwing a few big red circles that just chase you down and do a lot of damage.
Yeah, I mean, looking at the comp here for Catboys, I think they are looking for a very late game orientated comp. I mean, the Baba Yaga doesn't really do a lot early, neither does their duo lane. Hachiman, he can fight early, but he's mostly there to be a safe pick so you can get to the late game. Nemesis, obviously a very late game pick. Colin, he can't bully people early, but he definitely has a very good late game team fight. I believe that Slick Cowboys are really looking to just farm up, get to that team fight phase, and really make a difference. However, I think the team on You Got Diffed is also has a lot of early game pressure. Wukong can go for those ganks early game and just make a big impact across the map. Dodgy, she can make a lot of big early ganks, especially onto the Nemesis if she chooses not to go beads. So yeah, this is going to be a very interesting matchup for sure.
Absolutely. And on paper, who do you think takes it right now?
Right now, it's very hard to tell. I think both of these teams have had a very good draft. I believe that it's really gonna come down to what the junglers are able to do early on. I think whoever gets the first blood in this game is really gonna set the pace of this game.
Absolutely, I agree. I think on paper, if they get to that late game, Morgan does more damage than Baba late game, personally. And due to the fact that her cooldowns are lower and her stuff is more, let's say, controlled than the unpredictability of Baba's abilities. But late game, that X ball is going to be the hyper carry for their team. Sun Wukong, one of the safest warriors in the last years. He is super safe to play, does a lot of damage. His ultimate is super easy. And then Jing Chen, I'm giving this on paper. No players assigned anything. Giving this to you got Diffed on for this matchup.
Yeah, they do. They definitely have a bunch of very good picks. However, I am a bit concerned about how immobile some of their carries are. Shibalanke, he does have that 3, which gives him CC immunity and a quick dash away. But after that, he's pretty vulnerable without having a CC immune ult. Morgan Le Fay does a lot of big damage, obviously, but she doesn't have a real movement ability. And then it's basically, which means that if she gets dove in a fight, she pretty much has to use her ult for the CC immunity. So if the team of Slick Cowboys is able to get onto their backline, it could prove to be very challenging.
I agree. Morgan Le Fay, she does have that slow to trying to give herself a little bit of an escape, give her some self peel, and Daji taking a lot of poke right there. Just at that point, you just got to kind of back off and let the minions do their thing. But she is half health, but Baba Yaga also joining her in that half health department. Morgan Le Fay dropping that, I believe that's her one, straight onto her. And over in the duo lane, we see that X-Ball and Jing Chen are going to hit level 2 first.
I mean, yeah.
And Geb is
Sorry.
still not level 2, even after a first. No, you're good. After a full minion wave, he's still not level 2.
I mean, this is just support life, like. Yeah, I wonder though. Yeah, they're just struggling to clear the minions. Geb's early game not really going to be that good.
Ooh!
Very
Bro, back up and
close.
let those minions eat. Let your tower take those shots, because you are low, my friend. Sun Wukong showing why he is a very dominant solo laner and can take on the best of the best at any given point.
Yeah, I mean, that was a very close kill. He has to be incredibly careful there. And speaking of that, that's a very interesting start that the Kukon is going. Tier 2 Soul Eater. Not really something I've seen a lot, except for my experience down at 1500 MMR, I mean, I don't really think that's the best idea. I guess, you want to get those stacks early on, but I just don't think Soul Eater is that good of an item on Kukulin. I think you would rather want that god to be a bit tankier. I agree with it on Wukong, however, I think it's a very interesting pick, to say the least, on Kukulin.
Yeah, it's kind of iffy, which explains why he just, kind of got chunked by that Sun Wukong, and those archers were going to eat him for dinner if he had stayed any longer. It is a decent item on Kukulin, but, like, not something you're going to want to pick up first. Yeah, that was a blink. You're going to try and steal Sun Wukong's buff. If he can drop his one on it.
Nice secure by the Wukong.
Yeah, secured his own buff. You're trying to steal Sun Wukong's buff, then he's got his own way to deal with minion camps.
Yeah,
kind of a waste of a blink.
Very bold play to just go for that so early, especially since now it looks like you got Diff is going to be trying to counter that attempted gank. We do see the blue buff being secured, however, the Kukul's going to pay.
First blood going to Daji and Kukulin. Yeah, that's not the start, my guy. Soul Eater tier T2 Soul Eater is, yeah, it's not that good. Especially on a god like Kukulin. You want that defense, like Realize was saying. You definitely want to kind of survive, and you just paid for it there, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, now that he completes his Soul Eater, he can kind of just have a bit more survivability based on just the passive sustain he's gonna get. But I still just don't really agree with the pick. I think he would have been way better off if he just started with the blue stone, perhaps going into the tier 1 of the sovereignty, try to get that soft early on and, just get that general tankiness. And, maybe then he would have survived that gank. But, he was building very aggressively and got punished for it.
Yeah, and that was a great rotation coming out. There was a three-man going onto that Kukulin, and there was nothing that they were going to be able to do about that one. So we've got, a little bit of a gold lead with you got Diff. They are really kind of farming up the jungle as well. X Ball and Jing Chen getting ganked by this Nemesis. Is he gonna be able to? Yeah, he is gonna be able to escape.
Hey
Why?
Chen,
Because
man,
Jing
he
Chen
just
has two jumps, and when Nemesis thought she had it. Yeah, blink again, buddy. Ooh, is this a gank? No, you won't. Ooh, he caught the dash. That's the ult coming up from Kukulin with three from Daji. Daji can hit one chain, hit two chains, 3-3 for three, and he falls.
yeah, this is just what happens when you build Soul Eater early. You're just gonna be punished, you know? You don't have that defense. You don't really have too much like actual sustain. It's great. Soul Eater's great sustain for when you're clearing minion waves, but in a situation like that, you're not really getting a lot of value from that item. You don't have the defense, and then the light it's not fully stacked yet, so you're not really getting that much healing. And even if it was fully stacked, you're only hitting 2 targets there at most. You're just not going to get much value from that item. I just don't think that was a good idea, and they're getting severely punished for it.
Now I think we learned a little bit of information here. Terms of priority, Sun Wukong's stun has priority over Kukulin's dash in his monster form. We saw there that he was able to take him out of his dash right at the start of it, and that really just kind of secured it. He had no way of getting out. Had that dash had been saved a little bit, he may have been able to push him in the tower, but ooh, the Morgan is
Solo
gonna
kill.
get that. Holy smokes, that is a lot of damage coming out of the Morgan. And my apologies, Morgan Le Fay. You hate having two people whose names are almost identical. Morgan Le Fay getting a solid kill onto that Baba Yaga, and she did get her Warlock staff stacks going, so that's good for her. But she is gonna fall back in the XP and gold department.
Yeah, I think that was the Baba trying to solo her own red buff, which as we know is just these days it's just not a good idea. It's just that buff just does so much damage at this point. You really can't solo it. You got to get your jungler to come help you out. And we see that Chubby Ostrich on the side of you got Diffed. I guess she was able to hear it out, and then she was able to punish that. It was a very nice play by the Chaos mid laner then.
Yeah, you don't want to be. Ooh, that is a blink coming out from the Daji onto the Nemesis. Nemesis is on Daji right now. They're boxing it out. 1 chain, 2 chain miss, 3 chain hits, and she falls. Paxki killing spree. He is 3-0 right now, doing a really good job. He's going to be able to get out of there with the Jing Chen ultimate, hitting the Geb and the Baba Yaga. I think that was 3 people, actually. And they're going to disengage there. Oh, is Morgan going to... Oh,
no, that's just a clone.
That's just the aftermath, the after effect. So that was a really good ult from the Jing Chen to kind of make sure that fight ended where it ended, and that last chain from Daji secured that kill onto the Nemesis.
I mean, the Nemesis going Blink first relic. I mean, I really don't agree with that at all. I mean, I was trying to think of a defense for that pick, but it's just not defensible, especially when you're up against a Qing Shen and a Daji. You are just asking to be ulted every single time they see you in the jungle, and that's exactly what happened. It's just, I think it was a really big mistake.
And looking down in the chat of the Twitch, we got a Paxki fanboy. We love to see it. Paxki, you're too godly, and Paxki is showing why he is a top tier jungler right now in this league. He is putting on a phenomenal show, and we love to see it here. Ooh, a blink coming in from Nem. That's kind of iffy. The shield went down faster than it came up, and they're gonna just disengage right there. With what you were saying before, yeah, the blink it doesn't make any sense. It's like a Wheelix and Hunbats facing off against each other, and neither one of them getting beads.
Yeah, it's just. I mean, she was mostly using it as a defensive relic there. If you want to use it for defense, why don't you just go bees? It's a really questionable decision.
Yeah, absolutely. We want to make sure that you're getting beads. Beads will make or break an early game. And if I see somebody if I'm playing a Wheelix, I see somebody that doesn't have beads, I'm going to focus them with the Jing Chen ult coming up. She's going to throw that Baba Yaga back. Baba Yaga Has the escape. Oh, no. Baba Yaga bringing down the house. Home sweet home coming down. X-Ball ult is there as well. Geb doing a knock-up. Paxi going to get a kill onto the Baba Yaga. It does not matter that that house is still standing. Geb is getting pulled. Psych, he lied. He threw that shield up. Great shield. And they're going to get one kill for that. Right now it is 5-0 for the way of You Got Diffed.
Bit of an unfortunate ult there by Pasky, just barely missing the mark on two of the players from Slick Catboys. If he had gotten those kills, I'm sure it would have been almost a full triple.
Yeah, the Geb played that really well. He knew once he gets cleansed, he can't be hit again. So he just made sure that he was going to be able to get himself out, especially with the fact that Paxi didn't land a chain on anyone else. It was just him.
Yes. You know, we see here is a 2-level lead in the jungle at the moment. You know, 9 minutes in, that's a pretty good head start, especially considering that the Nemesis is for the Golden Blade, which, you know, is an item that specifically is meant to help you farm out the early game. So that early, I was talking about it before the game started, I believe that whoever would get first blood in the jungle would set the pace of this game, and so far I've been proven right, because look at how much more ahead the You Got Diff team is compared to Slick Catboys because of that early game play by Cat.
Gab is rolling in there. Jing Chen is 3v1 right now, just trying to show that he's in the lead. You know, he's just gonna throw that 2 up, get in and get out. Didn't get the buff, but that's okay.
I mean, yeah, as Xin Chen, you know, one of the safest guardians in the game. You're kind of just allowed to play like that. You know, you can't really be punished for it, especially when you're so behind right now.
He is taking a lot of damage.
Wow.
He had to go big boy just to be able to escape, and Daji ulting 1 chain, 2 chains. That's 2 people pulled. Jing Chen gonna ult 2 people just as well. Make sure that they're stayed there. Jing Chen is gonna get the kill onto the Colin. Baba Yaga gets the kill in the shutdown on that Daji, and right now it is 6-1 in the way of You Got Dip, but they're gonna keep it going. Morgan Le Fay dropping some good damage out. X-Ball rotating all the way over from duo lane, and then Sun Wukong securing that kill onto that Baba Yaga. That is 7-1. That is 1 death in the way of You Got Diff versus 2 for Slick Catboys. And the blink coming up from the Nemesis to try and secure the Pyromancer. That's iffy if I could say anything else.
Oh my, he was getting body blocked by the Baba Yaga house. Are you kidding me?
We love to see it. Hachiman didn't even have to rotate to that fight. And he's not even, it doesn't look like he's going to get the tower.
No, he's definitely
not gonna take that tower.
Not enough damage early game. I mean that
I would have poked it out a little bit, because the only person in the area, not that he's aware, you know, Daji is in the way of that jungle, but could have poked it out just a little bit. Throw a couple of autos, wouldn't hurt nobody. They're gonna disengage right now. Gold stats is 34,000 in the way of You Got Diffed versus 29 for Slick Catboys, and right now Daji is leading the way in gold per minute. We love good farm, good kills, good ganks, all the way.
Yeah, for sure. You know, the Nemesis is starting to slowly catch up. You know, now there's only a 1 level discrepancy, but you know, that whole play over there by the FG that kind of just started off with the Kukulin getting greedy and going for an Alpha Harpy. You know, it's just at this stage in the game, you know, you've already been ganked twice, you've been killed twice. I just don't understand why you would play greedy, especially when you know that You Got Diffed is willing to, you know, what is the word? Sorry, I forgot. Retaliate, I guess, against that kind of aggression. Punish you for that. And you know, that what happens now. 0-3-1 in this lane, 2 levels behind, down a tower. You know, this Kukal is gonna have a very hard time making an impact on this game anymore, especially since he still hasn't gone for a starter item. I wonder why that is.
Yeah, if you don't get a starter item, you're throwing. But that is an X-Ball ult coming out, and Morgan Le Fay is gonna fall to Geb. That essentially is a free kill in the way of Slick Catboy. So good job on them, showing that they're not down and out just yet. With the tribute falling in duo lane, Hachiman doing his thing, farming up and making sure he's good to go. And looking at the charts really quickly, it looks like it's Baba Yaga versus X-Ball with the way the matchups are faced off.
Yeah, those damage numbers are starting to come online. You know, I believe at this point Shiva. Does he have his passive stack? I don't remember the exact amount of damage he needs, but he's definitely going to be getting there. You know, he's stayed relatively safe in this game so far, completely undying at this point. So I feel like he's just focusing on farming up and trying to get to that late game where he's going to be shredding those towers with what you mentioned, his insane damage.
Absolutely, yeah. Once we get to that late game, we're gonna see a lot of stuff popping off. I can't wait to see what. Ooh, is that he has crit already? What is
Yeah,
he
it's got the
doing?
Wind Demon.
Yeah, Wind Demon. Yes. Okay. Is that an Executioner first? People still pick that item up?
Yeah, it's gotten plenty of nerfs throughout the years. I still think it's still a very effective item. You know, it's definitely not the item that's a must pick up. But, at this point, it's pretty
First
cheap
pick
compared
up
to
at
most
that.
other items. Oh,
Ooh, well, what's going on over here right now? It is going to be Jing Chen ult coming out, dropping the house down from Baba Yaga. Geb ult coming out as well, and that's
got
some
it.
good damage from the Baba Yaga. Daji getting a chain onto the Morgan, and oh, I'm sorry, that was a Hachiman, and nobody gets pulled from the Daji ult. They are going to be disengaging right now. Nemesis is in there trying to box, and Kukulin. Oh, Daji falls. Geb getting a double kill. Morgan is going to get a kill onto the Nemesis, and right now it is 4-8. Slick Catboys, this is their fight to win right here. They've only lost one person, and they can really just kind of chase this down. Geb gonna come over. Oh, he's gonna miss the knock. Oh, the knockup. Geb with an unofficial triple kill. Can he hit 4 of those things? And Baba Yaga gets the kill on Morgan Le Fay. That is 4-1 in the way of Slick Catboys. They are not out of this fight yet. Sun Wukong, just get out. Get out. Don't do it.
Yeah,
Don't
it's the
decide.
fight's over. Just
get
run.
out, bro.
Just get away. There. I mean that they just got so greedy there. Diving the tier 2 tower at 15 minutes for what? A purple buff? I think that was just a play of arrogance. I think a lot of times in these games, one team gets ahead, they think that they can get away with doing this, and then they find out the hard way that maybe they can. That TP by the Kukulin, I think, made a really big impact on that fight. Just being able to out-rotate and just have a 4v5 for quite a long time during that fight. I mean, it was clearly just an overextension by You Got Diffed, and they definitely paid the price for it.
We'll shout out the MVP of that fight. Baba Yaga she nuked
Wait,
those two with
the
that
Gep's
ult.
4-0. The Gep's got 4 kills.
The Geb has 4. We're gonna get to Geb, but Baba Yaga really made sure that those two dropped because she dropped those ults right on them. There was nothing they could do but kind of sit there and take that. Forced Daji up into the air, and she still fell. Geb getting the unofficial triple kill, and we don't see that too often, especially out of supports. But that was a very good showcasing, and Geb, ooh, I guess he wants some more.
Deal?
In the Geb ult, and You Got Diffed is going to
it.
secure that Pyromancer. And a Jing Chen ult, not going to pull really anybody, but that is also a lot of ults coming out of everybody. Sun Wukong had to get into the air, and it looks like Baba Yaga brought the house down. Kukulin is also had used his ult already, and he's going to fall to Morgan Le Fay right now. Taxi gonna clean up that kill and get a chain, a double chain, but it's only one person gonna get pulled. The Daji does make sure they get a secured kill onto that Baba Yaga. X-Ball securing that kill, 1-1 in 7. Yeah, You Got Diffed dropped the ball in that last fight, but then they picked it right back up, and they're gonna go for Fire Giant here. And not EFG, Nemesis is around full health. I wonder who she's gonna try and go in ult for. She did blink onto Jing Chen and ult Jing Chen, but Daji is in the area as well. They're duking it out, boxing, and Sun Wukong said, "Oh, you're not in this one alone, brother," and slammed down to get that kill.
Yeah, bit of a chaos there, but it's okay. I was talking about before. Like just confidence getting to you. That was another example of it right there. It's like Catboys. They thought they could just contest. Yet are they gonna get this after?
There's
Looks
no
like
way
they'll
they
be
go.
okay. There we go. I was talking about they were getting a bit full of themselves, and they decided, hey, let's try to contest this Pyromancer 2v4, and it didn't end well. It ended up with both of the tanks dying fairly early on, which kind of just left the carries by themselves on an island, and against the Daji, it's just not going to end well, and they lost FG from them.
Absolutely, yeah. They got a big head because they got a nice clean fight, but paid the price, and it kind of put them right back to where they were before. Daji, oh, I thought Daji was up in the damage charge, but I was like, she only has 500 damage? What?
Yeah,
Um,
500 damage pulling the
that
weakens.
would be nutty in a 19-minute game. But Baba Yaga is top of the damage chart. She did X-Ball was up there for quite some time, but it got stolen. Top three is gonna go to Baba Yaga, Daji, and Morgan Le Fay.
I mean, yeah, this dodgy late. Sorry, not dodgy. This Baba Yaga late game hits very hard. You know, she
Max
does
truck.
so much damage, especially with the build that she's going for. A lot of stacking items, a lot of percent pen. She's just gonna be hitting everyone super hard. TP is used.
Right, X-Ball ult coming out. That why since when did Daji's chains get so long? And that is a Nemesis
What?
gonna fall. Geb ult came out as well, but Jing Chen is gonna make sure that Geb gets thrown right back in there. A little bit risky, but Daji falls to the Baba Yaga. Baba Yaga damage is definitely online right now. That is 1-for-1. Both jungles are gonna fall in that fight.
Yeah, I think both junglers are misplayed that because after Daji secures that kill, she decides to go back in completely by herself onto the Baba Yaga that's gonna like do over 1,000 damage to you with just her basic abilities. I mean, that was just very questionable play by both junglers
Oh my god!
there.
Did you see Sun Wukong's health bar? What is he?
Wow,
Sun Wukong
what
went
hit
from
him that hard?
Baba Yaga's leap.
Wow, that is
Holy smoke! He was at maybe a quarter health gone, and then Baba Yaga just like hit him, and he is now less than
it's no
half.
magical proc. That's why he's going for
That's
the full physical
crazy.
defense.
Yeah, full physical defense. He's going into trans. And yeah, like you're going to get bodied by this Baba Yaga if you do not get any defense, my boy.
Yeah, he is definitely not respecting the damage that Baba is dishing out right now, especially since he's going for that power item for his 5th item instead of a defensive item. I believe that's probably going to be a Heart Seeker. I don't think that building Transcendence this late into the game is really that good of an idea. And he better build a magical defense last item, otherwise he's gonna get one shot by just Baba late game. He's only level 16 right now.
Daji is all alone over here.
What happened? That's
Daji ulted and then pays the price for it. Why they were all alone, I'll never know. But I guess there was a little bit of a stall to make sure that their team got the
they got the carry.
Oni Fury.
That was in their jungle.
Yeah,
I'm very perplexed as to how that happened.
Yeah, I just how the whole thing started, really.
I mean, I guess maybe they saw him on a ward and saw that, you know, the rest of his team was on the Gold Fury and they figured they could get a free pick here to at least try to even try to even this game out. I mean, good play by the Sick Catboys if they were able to take advantage of the fact that she was alone, but that was a very interesting play that just happened.
Let's see what we got going on the map right now. They're looking to try and get this Pyromancer in the way of you got Diffed, and they also do have a Treb sitting in that left lane. There's not another one on the map at all, but they could. I probably would have pushed that with the Oni minions right there. That would have been a hard lane to have to. Oh, they are gonna push it. Would have been a super hard lane to have to deal with, especially with Oni minions pushing and the Treb going as well. So they're definitely gonna have to send someone over to dispatch that and get rid of that. Hachiman looks like he's gonna be the one taking that bait.
Yeah, I mean, it's really smart of them to push the Trebuchet now, especially with FG about to spawn in about a minute. You know, that means that they're going to have to essentially fight a 4v5. I mean, what they could do is they could send the Ku Cullen over to clear the waves, and then he can get to the fight with his TP. I think that would be the best play. However, I think the Ku Cullen is going to take quite a while to take care of that Trebuchet, considering how much more tanky it is now. So either way, it's going to be a 4v5 for quite a long time in this fight, and you got Dips is definitely going to try to take advantage of that.
Let's see. Hold up.
An awkward fight here, just kind of poking around. No team really wants to initiate right now. Kind of just waiting for an objective here to play the fight around.
I just realized. I'll mention it in the after lobby. Nothing important, nothing related to this game, but We are doing the little fire giant scuffle, the dance, dancey dance that they got because they want to make sure that they get this next one. But Sun Wukong going in on Nemesis and Kukulin, gonna knock up one and just kind of skip past the other.
Yeah, this is a very interesting fight that's going on. Neither team really wants to commit. I feel like they're kind of just waiting for that trebuchet to hit the Phoenix, and then they can play this fight effectively with essentially playing a 4v5. So they're gonna take it slow, which I agree with. I think that's very smart by You Got Diff. You know, last time there were some rough fights, so this time they're really trying to play it slow. We do see the Kukulin backing. He does have that TP, meaning that if this gets spicy, he could just TP back over. We do see the Palo being used by the Daji, not really too much effectiveness as the Geb was able to cleanse it with his shield. We see the FG being started by You Got Diff. They're kind of just dancing around it. We see the fight initiated. Darkest of Nights used by the Shivalanke. Sun Wukong trying to go in onto the carries, but has to force himself out with the Cloud. We do see Passy getting a kill onto the Baba Yaga. Gebel is used. The team of Slick Catboys is getting out. We do see the Nemesis blinking in, trying to get the kill onto the Shivalanke. Does not secure the kill. Trying to escape now. We see the Geb falling very low in the back. Wukong's trying to secure that kill, but it's going to take a while with the shield just now recently being popped. Ooh, and we see another kill being secured by the Daji. Very nice play there by You Got Diffed. And they should be able to get this Fire Giant now off of that. Well played by them. They are kind of low on this FG fight, which means that they could. It does seem like, you know, this may not be as free as I thought it was be, as we do see Slick Catboys trying to come back here. We see the Nemesis ult being dropped. Ooh, nice escape by the Palo to make sure she avoids all that damage.
Get that pull onto that Nemesis. Nemesis is not having a good game. 0-5 right now. Daji getting a double kill onto the Kukulin, who is also now 0-5. And yeah, it was a little bit of a bait to pull the Fire Giant, but they figured that they would take it, and they definitely did. And right now, it's going to be freer than it was about 10 seconds ago. Daji getting a jump onto the Geb, going to be able to run out of that, dropping the house down from Baba Yaga, trying to get a kill in the backline. Geb having to ult himself. Sun Wukong is in the air, going to chase that Geb down. Geb pays the... He got a refund on that price tag. Geb is going to be able to survive that when Hachiman coming in with the nice clean ult to get that secured kill onto the Daji and a double kill onto Sun Wukong. He is showing up right now. Good job.
A very back and forth fight there. It looked like You Got Diff was about to just get an FG and possibly end the game, but Slick Catboys were able to come back and fight back. They did that. Wukong won, just barely missing out onto the Gibbs there. I'm sure if that connected, that would have been a dead support on the side of Slick Catboys.
Absolutely, and it looks like he decided to finish out with Heartseeker instead of which is good that he didn't go trans or even dominant. So he's gonna get Heartseeker, and he's now gonna be going into some magical defense. I guess he realized they do have a Baba Yaga on the other team, and he should probably do something about that.
Do they know this is happening? Does he not?
I don't think they do. I think they
no,
now
They definitely hear it now, so they're gonna try to come in to make sure that they don't get this for free.
Jing Chen showing up.
Very close, and you got it away.
Jing Chen looks like he stole that one, and that is good. Geb ult coming out, but they're gonna be able to just disengage here. You Got Diff did secure that Fire Giant. Sun Wukong is back in the mix. They're just running for their lives right now.
Like, maybe that was a Morgan Le Fay ult, or maybe a Jing Chen won. Either way, that is very unfortunate for them to do about 95% of the FG's health, only for it to be stolen away. I mean, you just hate to see it.
Oh, that is a lot of damage coming up from Daji onto that Nemesis. She hit that one, and that Nemesis hit the ground. Holy smokes. Geb is super low as well. 1 chain, 2 chain, 3 chain, 4. No one's going to get pulled, but bringing the house down coming from Baba Yaga, and they don't want anything to do with them right now because no one can 1v1 this Daji with the amount of damage that she's putting out. Phoenix is getting sieged right now. Baba Yaga is very low. Aji's gonna push her out some more. Morgan Le Fay dropping that one down, and Geb is in the mix. His ult shouldn't be up right now, but Hachiman securing a kill onto the Daji, and Geb gets a kill onto the Jing Chen. 2 people with no Fire Giant is better than 5 people with it.
I guess Paxi was just trying to ensure that Phoenix died, so she just got in there and started autoing the Phoenix. I don't know if that was necessary though, because I feel like they would have just been able to just poke down the Phoenix with the Xbalanque eventually. I feel like he kind of just gave his life there for no reason. I mean, he did make a very big play beforehand, so I guess it kind of cancels out. But I don't know. I think that was a bit of a misplay. Oh, speaking of misplays.
X-Ball is gonna get another kill as well, but that was a good turnaround to they did lose Phoenix there, but they did take Fire Giant away from the heavy hitter of the team, Paxi, on that 11 and 6 Daji. They took that away from him and
damage.
The Jing Chen. Like, yeah, that is a lot of damage. Like, the damage charts have been fluctuating with Daji, Morgan, and Baba Yaga. X-Ball was really leading there, but now he's even below Sun Wukong in the way of damage.
I feel like he really hasn't been able to get into these fights as much because so much of these fights involves around Paxi and Wukong Killer Squad 333 diving it onto the backline. So I feel like he's not really able to get in there as much without really forcing himself to be out of position too much. Close 1v1 going on here. No longer 1v1 as the poor Nemesis gets ganked.
That is
oh wow!
Damage. Is that a crit? Who crit? Was that X-Ball? I thought Daji had thrown out a crit or something, and I was gonna lose my mind, but Daji taking a lot of damage and getting sniped by that Baba Yaga. Yep, gonna ult out as well. Baba Yaga,
you know he's mad from that. You know he's mad.
Absolutely.
Jing Chen's
going to ult out as well, and he's going to try and make sure his team is getting out, but they look like they want to keep it boxing, and Kukola is going to fall to the X-Ball, and so is Geb with the double kill for that X-Ball. Emp's armor, who's got it? Who's got it? Oh, my man Jing Chen got that sweet Emp's armor, and that Phoenix is going to fall down one of these years.
The lone carry here, but what an amazing play by the Baba Yaga there. Her one isn't the easiest ability to hit. With the randomness involving her targeter, you have to get lucky with it to get it at an angle where she can hit that, and she did. Like, she hit it with, I believe it was to the left, and that just shipped the edge of Paxi's player model perfectly. I mean, if Baba did not make that play, that could have been a game ender, with 2 carries on the side of Slick Catboys down. That would have been disastrous, but luckily he was able to make that amazing play and save the game for them.
Save it up for a little bit. They are still down 2 Phoenixes, and Hachiman is pushing up left lane to try and even it out just a little bit, but Treb is going to be going in the way of you got Diffed in their mid lane, and it's getting pushed down now as well. So we're going to see some heavy pushing in the only lane left standing with a Phoenix.
I mean, now at this point in the game, I think the XP has mostly been balanced out. There's still a few stragglers. The most important one here, in my opinion, is the Kukola. Level 19, still unable to get that starter item after 32 minutes in the game. I mean, that just has to feel bad.
Yeah, again, if you don't get a starter item, you're throwing, and I will.
I'll speaking of throwing, what was that?
Daji getting caught out of position hardcore. Yeah, looks like there's somebody that is going to be able to make sure that Daji falls, and that's Hachiman. Raw toast on that Hachiman.
Very, very aggressive play to just 3 into the middle of a whole team. I guess she was not expecting the instant burst.
Owen is going to fall to their ADC, and he's been it's been a rough game for him the whole game on that Kukolan. 0-7 from their solo and their jungle right now. The Baba Yaga and the support and the Hachiman are the real reason this game is still going.
I mean, the carries of Slick Catboys have really been just doing so much for them right now. I mean, like, top of the player damage on the Baba Yaga, 35k damage. She's been almost solo carrying this game at this point. We have to mention the Geb as well. You know, he's been making some incredible plays here. You know, with that near triple kill at the start of the game. He's just been so good at peeling, making sure that the backline gets out, and it's just he's definitely compensating for the other two members, which have not been doing as well.
Coming out there, and Baba Yaga is gonna fall. They got the big mage damage coming out, and she is gone. And Geb is next up on that hit list. Geb falls to the Sun Wukong, and right now, you got Diffed is just gonna be able to kind of take that Fire Giant for free. Nemesis is in the area, and Daji looking to do some more Daji things, trying to get onto that Hachiman, and does not realize Nemesis is in the area. Nemesis,
what is she doing?
Hachiman is getting a really big head right now. Gotta be careful there. They do get the Fire Giant, but that is 4 people with it, and it's EFG. And Paxki on that Daji is without it. A surrender vote has started. Clearly a meme.
Speaking of big heads, like you were talking about the Hachiman, I think he's the one that's got a big head. Like, what is he doing there? They're getting an enhanced FG for free, and he decides to invade the speed onto a full build ADC level 20 with both relics. Like, what does he think's gonna happen?
I don't know the play there.
Clearly, it doesn't matter here as you got Diffed is so far ahead. Maybe he's just you know doing a bit of inting as he usually does, but you know.
Morgan Le Fay ult dropping down, and so with the X-Ball ult as well. That Phoenix can fall any year. Okay, and that is 2 Phoenixes down as the left lane has just respawned theirs. Nemesis going over there to clear some minions, make sure it doesn't fall again. And it looks like you got Diffed is gonna back off. Sun Wukong kind of sticking around in the area, but it's Sun Wukong, so what are you really gonna do to punish him?
I mean, he's just gonna. Oh, he doesn't have ult, so maybe you can do something, but I'm sure he'll be fine.
Yeah, it's Sun Wukong. I'm not worried about a Sun Wukong.
We do see the Kukulin finally hitting level 20, so maybe, just maybe, he'll be able to get that starter item, which I'm assuming has to be a Boomless Hammer, right? I mean, there's no reason why he would be saving this long to get a starter item unless he's going for Boomless.
He's not gonna get a starter item. I'll put money on it. He's not gonna get a starter item.
There's no way.
He'll get a starter item next game, but he's not getting one this game.
He's gonna at least try to get a starter item. He's trying to farm up to it. Let's see the gold on hand. I want to see how close he is to getting that starter item. Gold in hand, yeah. What he needs about like around 2,000 gold here. He's definitely just trying to farm up that gold here, trying to solo these ways to make sure he can finally get that starter item.
Yeah, that thing that he should have gotten at the start.
Yeah, I mean, like, is that the worst thing to just get boomed at the start of the game? Wow, that's a lot of damage right there. I feel like Paski's baiting himself again, though, as we see.
Oh, just barely able to get into the air.
Big
Shen ult coming out as well, and Paxki is alive and thriving, but Morgan Le Fay gets a kill onto the Nemesis. Kukulin drops a big 4-man knockup right there. That was really clean to see.
No, don't go back.
Go big boy 4-man. He's trying to box that Morgan Le Fay. Morgan Le Fay is really called out alone. Doesn't have to use the beads and the ages. And Paxki on the Daji is going to get a kill into the Baba Yaga. Someone comes dropping the 1. And they are going to get that last Phoenix now. They're going to siege that, and they kind of run it down mid. There is a lot of fire minions pushing that Titan, and it is looking like the end of game 1 right here.
There, any second now, and there we go.
And it's over. 37-20 right there for you, folks. That was a lot of ultimates used, and it was not a good game for Daftster, and that's childish. That Kukulin and Nemesis did not have a fun time that game. 0-15 together. If I did my math right, I think I can count. 0-15 together between the two of them, and talk about these damage charts. Like, what's going on with 40k damage onto a Daji?
Oh wow! When did the Morgan Le Fay get so high up there? We did not.
Holy! When did Morgan? Oh, when did Morgan get 43k? And same Baba Yaga. We were talking about her damage all game, but they both hit 40k. She's just above the Daji in damage by just a couple of hundred. But Morgan Le Fay at 43,000, gonna top off the damage charts right there at the end. And let's. Oh, goodness gracious. That was a great game to watch right there.
I mean, Colin unfortunately was not able to get his starter item. No, 37 minutes into the game was not able to get that lowest gold in the game. I mean, he did not have a good game. He did not perform as he should have in my as I would believe the Slick Catboys hoped he would perform.
Yeah. It's something about getting a starter item at the end of the game that just doesn't sit right with me. So yeah, make sure you get your starters at the beginning. They're really useful. It's a lot better than going tier 2 Soul Eater on a Kukulin into a Sun Wukong. You were just easy pickings off in the beginning of that game.
I mean, yeah, that's exactly what happened. He just got picked too many times early game. Just resulted in him not being able to really farm up for the rest of the game. And then, when late game came around, I mean, I don't think he really had too much of a late game considering he didn't have a starter item. It's
It
really
was a
hard.
rough time between not having a starter item and going tier 2 Soul Eater and your jungle just kind of blinking in randomly as all hell. But that first game is behind them. Hopefully, they can make a comeback in the second game because we always love to see folks go into a third game. But right now, this is you got Diff's game to win. If they have another game like last game, it's gonna be pretty rough for Slick Catboys to make a comeback if they keep up what they did last game. But let's get into these new picks and bans. Uller Baka on the side of You Got Diff and Nemesis on the side of Slick Catboys, if I got their team names right.
Yes, we see very meta bans as usual. We do see the Nemesis ban here by the Slick Catboys. I guess. Well, no, they were the ones that picked the last game, so I guess maybe they didn't want it this game. I think despite Nemesis being a good pick, I don't think she's really that good as a first pick. She's just very easily countered. I don't think she's really that good in that first pick position. As we see, it was being punished last game, which to be fair was kind of because she didn't go beads, but I feel like there were other consequences of that as well. So I think it was fine by them to ban it here in game two.
Yeah, they're getting rid of all the hyper carries
Oh
again.
no.
And then Klee getting first picked.
Oh no. You just hate to see it.
Rav would have been a pretty solid pick into Daji. Having two ways to escape her ult without having to use beads is quite nutty.
Well, yeah, but they picked the dodgy into the Nemesis last game, so unfortunately they were not able to do that.
Understood. Yeah, we're gonna. Robin is a good pick. He's got a little bit of a buff, and now he's back to being the goat, the almost warrior of Smite. Wasn't he a
Yeah,
warrior at some point?
yeah, he used to be. Yeah,
Yeah, he used to be
that
a warrior, and he got switched. Was there anyone else that had that? Hades. Hades used to be a support, like, terrible support, even worse than Sylvanas. And then he got transferred over to a mage because it only makes sense.
yeah. And
I don't.
speaking of that Ravana buff, I was playing earlier, like in ranked a few days ago. That buff to his shield is actually quite significant. Like that before, like the shield on Ravana, you barely even notice it. Now you do actually notice it. It does have an impact on some of these fights. So we'll see if that has any. So we'll see if that comes into effect during game two here.
Yeah, I saw that it got its the buff that it needed because yeah, it was kind of just it was just there that and it didn't really have an impact the shield. So it is good that it's making its own it's making itself worthy to be an ability in this game.
I see a Morgan pickup, which kind of interesting. I,
Interesting.
I wonder if they're gonna use it to kind of take advantage of the Cleo. Does her ults stay behind if you like set up a trap in the wall when you change into Cleo and then you turn back into Morgan?
I have no idea.
Guess we'll find out. I guess if they're gonna be playing tricky
Imagine
like
being
that.
in the wall and it times out.
No, I think it just forces you out.
That would be so funny.
You just get trapped in the wall.
Geb and Freya getting locked in, and that's gonna be. They're definitely pushing for a late game. Cleo is gonna be there to kind of make sure that that early game goes nice and smooth. But Freya, they're looking to make sure they shut it down come that mid game. That 13-14 minute mark, making sure Freya is ready to box.
Yeah, I mean that is that team comp just gets the late game, you are just not gonna be having fun. I mean, like, imagine trying to kill a Freya. First of all, that's already hard enough, and then now you have a Geb making sure that she doesn't die. You got a Cleo setting up traps in the jungle, just like doing thousands of damage anytime you even try to go in on her. This is just, it's gonna be a hard time trying to get to this Freya. But that on her pick might be able to even things out. You know, on her very aggressive in the early game. She can one of the strongest 1v1 gods in the game, in my opinion. Definitely able to hold his own against this Freya here in lane. Oh, uh, it appears there is an issue, so I will
Oh,
try to.
sorry.
Sorry.
I don't know why my mic was muted.
Oh, you were
Um,
muted. Okay.
Yeah, my mic was muted. I have no idea why. On her, I just said, yeah, if you can hit the jump impale pillar combo, you're gonna be nuking somebody and anyone really that has the misfortune of being caught into that. Um, the man pretty much has his own mini version of Executioner, and then you add the Sands on there, and he's got 1.5 Executioner on top of getting Executioner. So he is a protection shred god, and look at how cool he is just as a god. Hovering over on her, just being able to have you're not even a god, you're just the slayer of enemies. Tell me that's not just like utterly awesome.
It's a very cool title, but it's definitely very not cool to lane against it on her. I will tell you that. That's for sure. He's definitely gonna make a bunch of big plays here, and that passive like 20
What
plot
is
shred
that
early
team?
game.
Don't
Wow,
lock that
what
in. I guess they
is
want
that?
to
A
go into a
Susano
third game.
Soul? Is that a Susano mid? Are we seeing it?
Please, please be trolling. Okay.
I
And
think
I
that's
don't
a
know if they
Susano mid. Well,
Wow, what the fuck
I guess
is
they saw Pagon play
that?
that one game against Venenu, and they were just like, well, it's my time to try it.
I guess they want to go into a game 3 with that draft. That is crazy.
Yeah, I mean, wow, I did not expect that, honestly. That came out of nowhere, but that is a very good pick into the Morgan. Once you have your three onto the Morgan, she can't really use her stealth to run away because it's gonna be stuck on her. She's gonna try to run away, but she's just gonna be revealed. Susana can just teleport to her and
Is
just
that is that a Surcat support?
that
Oh, that's the
appear.
this
Wow,
is
what a comp!
what are
First
we
game
are
it
we
was
in
like some
ranked? Is this
normal.
gold ranked right now?
The first game there was some normal comps, and what is this? I guess this is like game two. Both teams were like, let's spice it up a little.
Let's
Let's
smite it up and pick some
yeah.
wild picks here. That is this is gonna be a game to watch with we didn't even get into the last four bans. They banned out King Arthur, Morgan Le Fay getting banned out. That's a respect ban with Kepri and Ganesh out of the way as well. But they're gonna secure Sir Ket for support. Is what I'm putting my money on, and I don't even know what to make of you got Diff's team. I have no idea.
I feel like okay, you got Diff. They're just kind of looking to. I don't even know. They're just looking to run it down. Honestly, they're just looking to hold W. They got four. They have four characters that the only key on their keyboard is the W key, and the Geb to just keep them alive. I guess in tank objectives. I mean, who cares? I mean, and on the side of Slick Capitals, to me, that just looks like shut down Freya. That constantly just looks like they just want to get in there and just take down one of the hyper carries, and
Well,
I
that's what the
respect that
Serpent's
decision.
for sure. Yeah, Serket and Robin just diving onto a Freya, get her after she falls down from her ult, and she's kind of just easy pickings. So we'll see how this one goes. And looking at the chat, the Ron her.
Wrong her. Oh God. I'm
I
so glad
love
he's
it.
not using that skin. I'm so glad he's using like the actual normal skin that a normal person would use.
And speaking of skins, I hate every last TMNT skin. They're all bad.
Sorry, which
I
skin?
the TMNT skins.
Oh, you don't
They
like them?
Not even a little bit. I feel like, it
Aren't they comp
it
banned?
potentially, they're ugly, they're bad, they're terrible.
Yeah, we could be looking at a remake here if they decide to take advantage of that. I do believe that skin is comp banned, but yeah. It does make it does make all your abilities so much more different. So it makes it really hard for people who aren't that familiar with, especially on the Wukong with its 72 transformations. You know, the three different stances. They look very different. They are definitely not, like they are usually, which is a bull, a tiger, and an eagle. They are like he's like Beyblading the. It's kind of like his Dark Lord skin. You know, he's like his
Yeah,
one.
you have no idea what he's actually doing.
It takes time, but yeah, it definitely takes a while to adapt. So maybe they're taking advantage of that, but I don't think that's actually allowed. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, hopefully we don't have to do a reban, but if we do, they're just gonna do what is it, blind pick, and everyone just locks in, gets it rolling. But yeah, no, TMNT skins, they're hot trash. Um, and same thing with the Slipknot skins, bro. The Slipknot skins are. eh, who listens to Slipknot in 2022?
I think I've
Like,
seen like two people use those skins so far.
like they're so bad. Like I, I'd rather just use a recolor than use one of those
Okay, so
skins.
it is not a Susano mid, however, it is a Cleo mid, which I don't think I've seen that before. Like I've seen the Cleo solo, the Cleo jungle, unfortunately the Cleo support, but I don't think I've seen her. I don't think I've seen Cleo mid before. That's a very interesting pickup here.
I've definitely I figured the Susano was gonna go to Paxi. We all know Paxi loves that Susano, and he was
He,
able to do a lot with that in previous games. So that's no surprise there. Cleo mid. I mean, they're gonna be making up for it with the Freya. Once Freya comes online, they don't really need a mid. But the chat comments right now, Seal. Also, shout out to Seal for giving us some good cams tonight. Definitely appreciate you, my boy, for making sure we could cam these good games. Um, but Seal, they want to know in the chat why you have so many gems slash favor.
he
What
probably
do
got them from being got them as gifts from High Res for being such a good cam.
I second that. Give our anyone who decides to cam, they deserve the world and then some.
Yeah, and the world to Dom is a bunch of spy gems. We see that's childish. Apparently, not listening to our advice and going for the tier 2 Soul Eater start again. I wonder if
Is
he's
he
gonna
is
get
he
ganked early.
Is he real? I mean, he's on Sun Wukong, so it's a little bit different. But did you not like what's that
He
SpongeBob?
not learned.
Didn't you learn the first time, old man? Like, come on, bro.
Like I just we'll see how this goes, but I will say if he gets first blooded by the Susano going in for a gank, I will not be surprised.
And really quickly, we have yes, we do want to shout out that if any people that's watching wants to be official cammers and help us out with getting these games up and running, you can come over, show us what you got, you get some rewards while you do it. It's a really solid way to learn the game, be there, and have everyone have a good time with it being on there. So if anyone likes to be interested in camming, please hit up the Husky Fang Draft League so we can get you on there.
Yeah, and plus you get paid. Did we mention that?
Yes, rewards. You get paid. Yes.
You get paid
Don't
in
ask me
love
how
and
much, but
you
you
get
get
paid in
paid.
love and affection as well as monetary gain.
I'll give you a kiss goodnight every night after I tuck you in.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's jump into this game right here. And yeah, that Cleo mid. Let's see. This dual lane is looking the same as it
Yeah,
was
Freya
last game.
out clears. Interesting.
Yeah, they hit level 2 before. Gotta make sure that Serket wasn't jumping on them, but uh, I hate when we switch because then I get confused just because I'm dumb. But we've got Osiris is boxing the hell out of that Sun Wukong right now. Why? Because he's got a starter item. Get your starter items. because you are going to pay the price for it. It doesn't matter that you're Sun Wukong or Kukulin. You need your starter items to make sure you're going to survive in that early game. And Death's Toll on an Osiris is very, very smart. Mana and health sustain versus just the tier 2 Soul Leader coming out from the Sun Wukong.
I mean, it's again, if he had just went for a Bluestone, he would have got so much more clear, so much more sustain coming from that HP 5 that the item gives. Like, the only advantage here is that you stack your Soul Eater earlier, but Soul Eater isn't a hard item to stack. You know, if some of the people in the chat don't know, it stacks off your own minions' deaths. I believe it also stacks on your own player's deaths. So, you know, like, even if you die in lane, you at least get some value. But it's just, I don't understand why you would go for it so early. It's just, again,
yeah,
we'll see if he gets punished.
It's a very good item. Kind of slept on just across the board. Oh, Geb, really, really low. Body blocking coming from the Freya, of all people. And Geb is going to be able to survive.
Nice,
I think that is a shell that got popped. And that was a nice banish coming from the Freya. And going to force them. Serket was confused as to what happened. Just kind of standing there. But Freya's going to come back to clear and wave while those pots are ticking on that Geb.
Yeah, you know, we're talking about the Wolves of this nice follow-up by the on her to make sure to impale the Freya away from his carry to make sure that she just survives. That very smart play there by both the carries.
Right now, Osiris, 2-3 minutes in. Osiris leading the damage charts to almost 1100. That's really because he's able to just kind of box and get away with it. A little bit of a taunt coming out from that Serket, nothing going to happen of that, and they are going to struggle to clear wave because that's Freya in the early game.
Yeah, I mean, when that pulse is not active, she just really struggles clearing those waves. I think at that point, Geb might even do more damage to the minions, so it's going to be a while before she comes online, but, you know, at this pace, you know, they're keeping up with this lane a lot better than I thought they would. I would figure a Serket on her would be kind of running the lane, but they are actually kind of on the back pedal here. You know, the pressure coming out from the Geb and Freya, I guess, is just kind of hitting them hard. We do see a potential gank coming here. Level 5 Ravana definitely can make a big play over here. Or not. Okay, well, there we go.
The Geb is going to be the first blood to fall to the Rav. He got first blood. Thank you. You walked in a straight line towards Freya and then almost stood there.
That was such a funny gank attempt because I guess he didn't react in time for the overhead kick to immune the banish, but he didn't even use his blink. He just walked in there on that gank.
And then Freya just kind of walked out, but ultimate and blink coming out from the Susano, and they canceled. What did they cancel? Oh, that's the Morgan ult as well, and Morgan is going to be able to ult at Susano, get out. Cleo ult coming out as well. Geb rolling in, going to get a little bit of a slow onto the Rav, and Morgan's going to be able to escape. Just barely. Oh, Paxti going back in onto who is that? Survey says Paxti gets the nothing, and Rav super low, but they are going to be able to escape away from Paxti on his devastating Susano.
Yeah, I mean, one of the problems with Susano early game is that he just doesn't have the damage. You know, that's a god that requires that like heavily utilizes CDR. You know, to just make sure he has those abilities to do damage. You know, this early in the game, he really does not have the damage output yet. So, you know, he was just unable to secure a single kill there, which is really unfortunate. A ton of low HP bars in that fight for sure.
Absolutely. He requires items. And that goes without saying, but he needs those items that give him power because he just is not really effective going anything besides a typical Susano build. But he's gonna get ganked.
What is he doing?
He's getting ganked. He's trying to is that his own buff? That's his own buff.
What? Wait,
yeah,
did he go in there when he was super low, or did I just miss?
Yeah, no, he is at his own speed buff, trying to take his own speed buff, and he got ganked by Morrigan, and Serket. They get the ult off, but Geb Shield saving the day and making sure he's able to back without dying. And we're going to solo lane where Sun Wukong's going to get boxed out, forced to jump away or dash away and just kind of lose to this Osiris because no starter item means no lane win.
Yeah, I mean, okay, and you were talking about it before how, when they switch sides, you get confused. I was so confused at the start of that because I thought he was trying to invade their speed buff with like 1 HP, so that's why I reacted so heavily. But it does make more sense that he was trying to defend his own speed buff there. That's very interesting how they decided to go for speed and made this early. I guess they were trying to look to shut him down after he made such a phenomenal game one, aside from a few times where he inted, of course.
Yes, because Paxki,
He
started
holds
seeing red.
W and doesn't know when to stop.
Yeah, it was. I almost made a Hunter X
As
Hunter
I
that thing.
as shown right here, as he tries to fight a Ravana early game, as Susano 1 level down.
He
Yeah,
is blood curdled right now. He is ready to do it, and on her ult coming out, that didn't do
really
anything.
alt. Why does he do that? I feel like that was maybe a bit too early. I guess maybe
Didn't
he was expecting the Freya to kind of commit more onto that play. Yeah, early alt forced out by the Anker, who I thought would have an advantage in this lane, but so far
he
he's
hit
been.
like 7 or 8 shots and it didn't do anything.
I guess he didn't have his Ikafol fully stacked, where you have to hit. Is he? Wow, they are really trying to evade Paxki's speed, aren't they?
Actually, he
I
knows.
don't.
He's like, y'all did it once, y'all not doing it again. And he's gonna dash in onto that Serket. Serket, both of her escapes are down, and she is caught out and knocked up by the jungle, and she falls to the mid lane Cleo with a rotation from the Osiris, who didn't lose a single ounce of lane pressure.
Oh,
Oh, the
nice.
ultimate coming up from the
No,
Osiris.
not
Nothing's gonna
enough.
come out of that one, but just showing that he is a level ahead and he can do what he wants.
Yeah, I mean that was very questionable play there for the 0 power full tank Surcat to try to solo the speed buff of the jungler, but on the side of you got Diffed. I mean, I appreciate the effort as a support main, but I don't see that working in a million years, unfortunately, as we see
Who
another
got that
potential
totem?
solo game. Does
That
have ult,
totem
so I
looked
think
like it
he's
went into the
fine.
way of Slick Catboys. It
Still
looked like it
surprised
did,
he's
but
even in
yeah, it
XP
did.
here.
Ooh, that is a gank coming out of from the Morrigan, but she's gonna back off because Osiris had sensed her coming.
I'm surprised he's at least he's been staying alive here a lot better than game one, which to be fair is probably mostly the god and not the build path, because as we all know, Wukong is incredibly safe and incredibly hard to kill. Yeah, let's hope that he's able to get a starter right on this game, right, Sean?
I wouldn't bet money on it.
I mean,
Before
we'll
this
see
game
how.
ends, it was almost 40 minutes in that game that he still didn't have a starter item.
Oh, see a gank here. Man,
Osiris is going to be able to ult out.
Oh,
Rav kind of just up and down, and he hit an elevator with nobody home. Susano ulting. Psych, I lied. That's Morrigan ulting over on the Osiris. And so a real Susano shows back up and does get the return kill onto that, whatever her name is, the Morrigan. They went from Morgan Le Fay to the Morrigan, and I hate it. But they do fall. It is 2-1. It's a
Oh,
lot
another
slower of
kill
a game
back to
with...
back.
Is that 2 ults?
No, he didn't ult the first time. He
He
didn't.
didn't ult the first. Oh, because
It's the
this is
Morgan
gonna be
that ulted. You saw two. You saw two Susanoo ults and got confused.
Oh yeah, I was gonna be like, oh, that's some cooldown you got there, buddy.
He is going for the Transcendence and the Hydras early game, which means he's gonna have 20% fairly early. Probably followed up by the Jotun's Wrath as well, so he's gonna have that 40% CDR very fast. We do see an attempted steal here on the purple buff. Will not succeed. This on her is somehow a level down on the Frey. I wonder how that happened.
I have no idea how on her loses
Oh,
lane
he's getting
pressure
ganked?
to Freya, but he's getting ganked. It looks his dash is definitely up. They're gonna commit on this one.
Big
Get ult
commit
coming out
onto
as
the
well.
honor
Freya ult
here.
2 on her ult dropping down
Does
as
not
well.
get the kill.
And Cleo falls to the Serket. On her still alive. Serket getting a double kill onto the Freya right there. That was a great rotation. And that on her, all he had to do was survive, and he did that and just that.
He was on a sliver AoE cheater, but that was such a strange attempt to gank as we see. Wait,
Geb
what?
falling here as well. He is 0-2 right now, and right now Slick Catboys are up they're down in the gold department, but up in the kill department. Just XP is gonna be going straight towards them right there, and Susano, oh, got caught by the taunt by Sir Cat, and he's gonna be able to get out of there. No harm, no foul, but that was a good taunt hit from the Sir Cat to make sure he couldn't actually go anywhere.
Yeah, that was very nice. I think he almost ran out the timer on his one there, being able to stop him from being able to dash out there. I'm pretty sure if she had the ult there, that would have been a kill, but unfortunately she did not.
Yeah, it's just to kind of force him to do really anything, and she did just that. And Serket is definitely showing up in this match right now. She's 2-1, leading in
You can
kills
see
on her
her.
team.
What's she doing?
Did you just hear on her? Is on her?
Yeah. Wait. What?
You heard that, right?
Yeah, that was like multiple on her screams at the same time. It was like he just jumped to 4 different places at the same time. Well, what happened there?
I thought
Did he
I'm glad
hear
I'm
us
not
talking
tripping.
smack about him, like on the cast, and he just decided to like attack us publicly? Yeah, I don't know. It's just, oh, we see a blinking on the honor here.
And he is going to fall to Paxki, who is 3-0 right now.
You
on
think he was
his
mad?
beloved Susano.
You think he was mad at his team for a 3-man ganking the on her not being able to do it? He was like, "All right, fine, boys, I'll do it myself," and just comes in here and secures that kill.
If you can't do it right, you gotta do it yourself.
Yeah, as we do see the Gold Fury being done here, I don't feel like they're going to have much competition here. As we see the Cleo all being dropped to secure that kill.
Sun Wukong is on the Pyromancer right now as well, with Robin, and they are going to get Pyromancer while you got Diffed, got the Gold Fury. And right now, this is a much slower game than it was last game. Sir Cat support just as annoying as normal.
On the dash.
Catches the dash, and she gets pulled back in. Sir Cat is going to fall, giving Patsy 4-0. And they're going to take this mid lane tower because, yes, on her ult coming out as well. Mid lane tower is going to fall. Cleo is trying to box. On her is going to jump out, and they're going to disengage on that one right there with Sun Wukong in the middle. Sun Wukong got pulled by the Susano, but Osiris is still going to fall to the Rob. Right now, Freya is up in the air. So is Sun Wukong, and Sun Wukong is going up now, and he is going to jump right into that tower.
That was the Morgan. That was the Morgan that just ulted.
That was the Morgan. Oh, good grief! I hate having to cast anything with her in there. Kind of throws everything off, but who is that? Barely surviving. Paxki's gonna fall. Double kill for the Sun Wukong.
A bit of an overextension there by You Got Diff, you know, going for that kill onto the support lone wolf for the win. I guess she really was a lone wolf there, considering she was being doped by what I assume was 4 people diving into that tier 1 tower. You know, but I think after that kill, they didn't really have many resources. I think they used way too much to kill the support, and then afterwards, the rest of Slick Catboys were just able to punish them for using all their abilities, and a bit of an overextension.
Yeah, absolutely. They really were able to just kind of return kills. Sun Wukong got in the air after we realized it was actually Sun Wukong, and he was able to get a double kill, and he is now 2-1, doing significantly better than he was last game. He's got double the amount of kills he had last game as of right now. So Susano is boxing this Rob right now. Rob is very low. Gonna have to ult out, but Cleo is in there. She is square and getting that kill onto Dapster's Robin. They're gonna try and get this Serket, who is out of position as well. She's gonna ult the Susano, getting ulted by the Geb, and now she's silenced. Serket is falling again. That was a great Geb ult to keep her there.
Back to back, being able to just stop that Deathbane from being, sorry, I forgot what her first ability was called, but whatever it is, the dash that's in the zigzag pattern. She was, both times he was able to cash that out. I mean, that's just very impressive timing on the side of Rosso 9 to support for You Got Diffed. I mean, that is not easy to be able to do back to back. Very impressive play right there.
Very much so. I agree with all of that. Geb right now 0-2.
I was right. It was called Deathbane. Oh, look at me.
Yes. Oh, I love me some Circuit. It's annoying how she's one of the guys that she'll be in meta and then she'll be out of meta all the way. She's either fully there or nowhere to be found.
It depends a lot on the players as well, because Serket is a very hard god to play mechanically. So you gotta be able to hit those skill shots, and you know, some people can do it, others can't. You know, that's just it's part of the game. She's a hard god to learn.
I can play me some Circuit. I think I have a diamond Circuit. I played her a lot before I think back before a couple seasons ago. But this Osiris is getting 4-man ganked right now, and Rob ult coming out as well to try and secure him. Osiris has the ult to try and get out himself. He is running for his life in that tower. No slows are being hit, but Susano did not pull the Sun Wukong. Sun Wukong is trying his best. Serket ulting onto the Osiris, and Osiris is there. Susano ult coming in, knocking up multiple people. Susano going to get a kill onto the Sun Wukong, and Osiris is going to be able to back his way to that fountain right there. That was 4 people, and they could not get the kill onto that solo laner.
Well, I mean, that's just Cyrus just having a ridiculous amount of damage mitigations. I mean, not including his passive and his 3, that is almost 20, I believe it is up to 24%, something like that, mitigations when everything's maxed out. I mean, it's just so hard to kill him, especially when he's got the 3 tethered onto so many people at the same time. It's just a crazy amount of defense. It just makes it so hard to just full commit onto an Osiris and get that kill effectively.
He really just kind of like broke everybody's ankles all alone, and then even when Paxki showed up, he just kind of got away. I think Geb may have had to throw out a shell just to give him that little bit of a cushion underneath his tight wire walk, but he was able to just back home and show back up again. Right now they're in the enemy jungle right now. Susano is boxing the Sun Wukong while Osiris and Cleo. A Cleo ult is coming out. Somebody there is really low. Sun Wukong is getting himself into the air.
Interesting fight going on. Both the soul laners
Osiris is
on
getting ulted by the Circuit right now. And Cleo ult coming out with the on her ult as well. Sun Wukong,
just
I'm sorry,
barely getting out
again. Cleo very low, but a Geb shield coming out with the Cataclysm from the Geb. Sun Wukong dashing in, gonna get the kill onto the Cleo. The Morrigan is chasing them down right now. Freya had to ult herself. Geb gonna fall to that Robin, who had to use Blink to get into that fight really quickly. And right now, I'm guessing that's a Morrigan ult. And yes, Morrigan gonna get a kill onto that Freya, and they're gonna hop their way to this Oni Fury.
I mean,
I'm glad I got that ult right.
That shot is definitely making up for his lack of performance last game for sure. 3, 2, and 3 already so much better stat line than in game 1. You know, this Wukong is, you know, I still don't agree with the tier 2 Soul Eater rush. I'm not gonna lie, but you know, I do think it's a lot smarter to go Soul Eater on Wukong as opposed to Kukulin. You know, Wukong, he relies a lot on kind of getting into the fight initially, doing a lot of damage, healing up, and then getting back in. You know, he's kind of like back and forth a lot. So it definitely makes a lot more sense on the Wukong as opposed to the Kukulin, which kind of has to all in someone as soon as he decides to go in with that ult. So I definitely like it a lot more on the Wukong.
Yeah, in all of the years I've been playing Smite as well. Oh,
they're trying it again.
Right there. That's a 3-man gank onto the Osiris, who is gonna ult out. Rob, what is those Rob ults?
Yeah, he's just not been connecting these. It's just, and you know, I don't know why they're trying to gank him again. I mean, I guess they think it's gonna work the 3rd time they do it, but he's even tankier now. So I think they're just gonna struggle harder, if anything, and especially if the Ravana ult doesn't connect, like this has been happening in back-to-back ganks. As we see the supports fighting over a ward, classic Smite ranked content right here. he does not want to give up that ward, does he? Oh, what does it kill him?
Oh, that's a double kill. Double kill for the Morrigan onto Cleo and Zeus right there. Freya trying to throw out a lot of shots right there, and Geb is backing up, but they're gonna knock the Geb up. Geb has a Cataclysm to get out of that one, but his shell is popped. He gets caught, and
Nice
his dash
block
is
of the
stopped.
one there.
And Freya is backstepping and nuking that Sir Ket. Osiris is in the back line fighting 3 people now. Osiris is 5v1. He's gonna ult over the tower. Osiris, and he just barely falls to that on her ult. Raw Toast getting the kill finally onto the Osiris, and they're gonna go to get that Pyromancer. That was a good ult. We just needed that last pixel on that last impale to get that the kill with the ult.
I mean, third time's the charm, right? You know, he's not gonna get out with 1 HP every single time. You know, first time it was what, like a 3v5, then it was 4v5. I guess it takes all 5 people on the side of Slick Catboys to finally kill that Osiris.
Oh goodness gracious, that was good, and you saw a lot of damage coming out of that Freya too. Freya was again backstepping to make sure that Geb was able to get out and just absolutely melting anyone eating the shots.
Someone in the chat say, "What exactly is a Catboy?" I don't think we're allowed to answer that on this cast without someone going into not safe for work territory.
What is a what boy?
What is a Catboy? Someone asked in the chat. What exactly is a Catboy?
I'm legally blind with that one.
Yeah, yeah.
That is an Osiris getting Sir Ket ulted again.
They do not like this Osiris.
Yeah, they're really trying to keep him pinned down. He's 0-2, which he should be 0-5 right now, but he's just been able to get out of a lot of situations where he shouldn't have.
He's got a bit of an interesting build in my opinion, going with the Golden Blade afterwards with the height of the Urchin. I mean, that every time you buy the item, that's just a gamble to see if your team's gonna be ahead or not in these fights, and you know. So far, I wouldn't really say that they're really in a position to buy the item comfortably. I mean, like, it's gonna be hard for him to get those stacks. Sorry?
Can we zoom in on Osiris? And look at his build in hand. So, Osiris is level 17. Is his Height of the Urchin, is that fully stacked yet?
No, that is definitely that hasn't even gotten 1 stack yet.
Oh, he just got that. He's having to ult out yet again, and they are making sure to focus him in all of these fights, but they're gonna do that one too many times, and it's just gonna kind of turn around because they're not gonna have anything to go on anybody else with.
Yeah, I mean, also once he gets that Death's Embrace, he's gonna be so much harder to kill with all that healing, and I guess that can be alleviated.
Look at that damage coming from the Freya. Freya ulting to get out. A Susano ult is out, and I think that's the real Susano. He stood up, and he is getting out of there. We all know Paxi, he's going to kind of circle back around and clean up any stragglers right now, but right now he's definitely all up in the enemy's jungle. Geb knocking up the Sir Ket, and they're all going to disengage. Paxi gets found in the enemy jungle, but he's a speedy boy, and he's going to be able to get on out of there.
He's got the Crocs on full wheel drive right now, just making sure he gets out of the enemy
Sports
jungle.
mode.
Yes.
Oh, wow, got a little blurry right there, but that's on her getting a kill onto the Geb. Sir Ket is diving onto someone, and she gets the banish from Freya onto Sir Ket, and someone is really low. Can't really see it because Discord's bad. And Morgan gonna secure the kill onto the Osiris right now. It is 8-15 in Slick Catboys' favor. They are up 3K in gold as well.
So you're gonna get out. Oh, nice cash there by the Wukong. I still think Pass is gonna get out of here. He's just a bit too fast for him.
Right now, Cleo gonna get the kill onto the Sir Ket, and with the help of that Freya nuking people down, Rob is behind. And on her ult coming out straight onto that Freya. Rob gonna secure the kill, while Cleo's gonna be able to use that wall to scoot, and skedaddle her way out of there. What? But Sun Wukong falling to that.
Wow, very low onto the Susano there. I wondered what happened there. I would have loved to see the result of that fight, but yeah, just I guess bit of an overcommit. I feel like he didn't need to chase the Susano for that long. I feel like if the Wukong was there in that fight, that could have saved the support, but I guess he kind of just went too far. Yeah, getting revenge for that Sentry Ward there.
Freya fell in that last fight. They definitely could go for Fire Giant if the Sun Wukong was still alive.
Oh, that Freya is far behind now. I wonder what happened.
Very,
Level
yeah, she's
20
0-4
ADC.
right now. She was doing really well in the early game, but uh, I don't know what's going on with Freya, but On Her is here to show up, and they want to make sure they get to game 3. Slick Catboys is they're not wanting to be counted out, but they want to make sure they get to game 3 and show them that they're here to really fight them and here to fight.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to see a game. So I think a lot. Has this league? Have we had a 2-1 game yet? I,
If I'm not mistaken, I think I've casted one 2-1 game, and I've been a part of a 2-1 game.
yeah, but like they're not. They haven't been that common. It's been a lot of 2-0, so I would love to see a 2-1 here. Definitely just to see what each team does to adapt in the games 3, because that's the one where everything's off the table. We know what you're going to do, so it's about how you're able to just play the best smite, in my opinion. I think that's when you just show your best.
Yeah, Ravaging Rabats were the first team to have to force anyone to go into a 2-1 that I'm aware of in this season. So shout out to them for putting on a really good show in their games that they've been doing. But we're gonna see if we're gonna go into a 2-1 game this split, because you got Diffed is definitely dropping the ball versus what they did in the first game.
It's gonna all come down to this FG fight. It's gonna be so important in determining who's gonna be the one to push this game forward. We see a bit of a fight going on in mid.
Turket ult coming out onto the Freya. Freya is ulting just to get out, and that's ult for ult right there, so that's kind of clean. And On Her is chasing down that Osiris, who cannot box him out at this point.
Yeah, I feel like now I'm starting to feel a bit of the problem here with you got this draft is that they have a lot of, man, they don't really have too much poke. I mean, besides the Cleo, whose ult is gonna kind of be just like hitting them for a bit of damage anytime they step into the jungle corridors. They don't really have too much like magical poke as they would in a typical mid laner. As we see, last game they had the Morgan Le Fay, which was able to just dish out so much damage, top of the player damage last game, just so much damage from far away, just poking them out and really starting these fights in an advantageous position. I think this game they're really struggling with that.
Yeah, because they have to rely on Freya, and Freya's not doing so hot as of yet. She definitely has some time to go, get like an item or two more, and Freya's there. Right now, looking at Freya's build, she's going the full ring build with what is that?
Gilded Arrow,
Typhon,
Typhons.
Typhon's Fang. Thank you. I think Bancroft's talent on Freya is absolutely cracked. But the full ring build is also very, very well known and does give her a lot of power and a lot of energy.
Yeah, speaking of builds, bit of an interesting pickup here by the Osiris for Frostbound Hammer. I haven't seen that item in like
Yeah,
years.
Frostbound and oh, I thought for some reason I thought Golden Blade and Hasten Katana were the same thing. So yeah, it's a good thing. Yeah, if Frostbound on an Osiris just to kind of stick them there, but that's a team that has a lot of mobility, so you're not really going to be keeping anyone in place so they can just get away from you. And right there, Cleo is very low and is going to fall to Dapster, while Susano is going to get a kill onto the Morgan. Freya ult coming out as well, and there's a lot going on right here. Geb is trying to just get out while Freya is pumping out a lot of damage in the background, and Osiris is 2v1ing right now, getting a Geb shield with the On Her ult coming out. Paxi getting another kill onto the Ravana right there. So right now it is 2-1, 2-2, and it is now all even up. Susano does fall to that Sun Wukong. Geb is still alive, Freya is still alive, and they're trying to push these three out.
I mean, what a very messy fight there in the back. Just a lot of 1 HP bars, a lot of just going in there, a lot of ults forced out early. I mean, this it's a very scrappy fight. I mean, like we could barely even keep track of what was going on. There's so many fights happening at the same time.
Oh, Yeah, we were all over the place. So Cyrus doing a 2v1. Freya's fighting somebody. Like there was so much going on, and it looks like that was you got Diff's fight to win. They're trying to sneak an EFG here with on her it lurking, and Sun Wukong is coming around behind. They're gonna disengage on that. And Osiris took all 5 shots of that Fire Giant. Fire Giant being the pettiest thing in this game.
Well, they're still on it.
They're still trying
Very
to go for it while
risky play,
fighting.
especially when the honor gets knocked out. What is he doing?
And he dies to the Fire Giant. Oh, they get Freya's Aegis as well.
What?
Freya could fall here, but that ultimate coming in also clutch. Susanoo ult coming in to try and make sure that Freya lives, but Freya still falls. Cleo falls as well to the Ravana, and right now it is definitely in the way of Slick Catboys with Morgan securing the kill onto that Osiris. That is 3 people down in the way of You Got Diffed. Susanoo is backing off. No one can get Fire Giant here, but the stun onto the Geb taking a lot of damage right there, and Geb may fall too if they really want to invest in that, but Susanoo's there. Susanoo not really looking, but Susanoo is there.
Don't do it. I know he wanted to go in on that 3, but
He wanted to so bad.
Yeah, he wanted to. It was his eyes were bloodshot with rage there. He just wanted to get in there and get that kill, but he decided against that, as he decided to just simply push up the mid lane instead. Very risky play here to go for this without their ADC. I wonder if the as we do see the Morgan turn into the Cleo to get that extra damage.
Ultimates in there. That EFG is taking a long time to drop, and Geb is there trying to.
If Geb steals it, I'll pay you $50. Okay, good.
Oh.
I didn't have the money.
I was like, what's my cash app? And Slick Catboys ain't gonna get that EFG, but Susanoo is there to try and clean house on her ult coming out as well, but Rav is gonna fall, so right now only
Nice stun. Wow, Paxi disappeared.
Jeez, man.
Man was full health and just turned to paste onto the side of that wall. Crazy amount of damage coming out from this honor full grip. Morgan
about to fall. Killing spree for that Sun Wukong right there, with the Morgan transforming into the Paxki's Susanoo, and Susanoo's ult didn't really connect to secure a kill. Cleo, can you get out? Are you stuck? Are you there? Are you not? And you're gone. And on her gonna secure the kill onto that Cleo right now, and I truthfully can't tell you which way this game is really gonna go, because every time we think it goes one way, the other team just kind of takes it.
It's so back and forth right now. Look at the map. Look at the map state. There's barely any towers falling this whole game. It's just been an absolute brawl. I mean, we were expecting that when we saw these teams pick these comps, but it is crazy the amount that's been going on this game. I mean, 14-24. That is in total 38 deaths that have happened. Almost more than 1 death every minute has happened during this game. I mean, that is just a crazy amount.
Absolutely. We've got a lot of fighting going on. It's almost like an arena while this right lane Phoenix is getting picked up, but Susanoo and Rav are duking it out. Ravana looking a little shaky there, but could be anybody's game right there, and Susanoo's gonna get the kill onto the Rav if he can get himself out, but he healed himself up quite nice. He must have a soul leader there, because he was not that healthy a minute ago, and they're gonna chase the Catboys down the lane. Right now, Serket coming in back with the taunt, and she's gonna get out very low. She's gonna ult for some reason, and she falls to the Freya. And again, yeah, like we said, it is back and forth the entire game.
I mean, I don't think she really had to save the Wukong. I feel like he would have been able to get out, even though he's being chased by 4 people. I feel like, because he's a Wukong, he'll be fine. But I don't really see any real value in losing your life there as your support to save your solo laner. I just don't think that was a play. As we see, wow. Actually deleted.
Holy smokes.
That was a 100-to-1 combo right there by the Morgan. Hopefully she'll live to tell the tale. but unfortunately she will
Not
not.
tonight. She's going to scream her way back to base. She's gonna fall to that Cleo, and right now on her is getting ganked. That's an ultimate coming out of the Osiris onto the on her, who is gonna fall. Double kill in the way of Cleo. Klee gonna fall to that Ravana. Ravana, oh,
Did he
finally
miss
connecting
again?
for one time, and
Oh, he did.
Osiris is gonna die to that Sun Wukong.
This game is tiring to cast right now. There is so much going on right
There
now.
is so much, and it is definitely depleting my casting charm movement right now.
I mean,
So
we don't get breaks here, do we? We just
oh no, we just steamroll right into it.
yeah,
Unless
we're just gonna keep going. It's been like, man, it's almost been 3 hours since we started streaming, and it's only game 2. Jeez, I mean, like, wow, what a crazy set this has been, and it's only game 2. I mean, two 30-minute plus absolute bloodbath has happened between these two teams. I mean, this is, what can I say? This has just been a crazy set, honestly.
yeah, like the second game or the first game ended in 10 seconds from now, and right now they're going to be going for the worst of the worst Gold Furies. I don't care what Paxi says. I think Primal Fury is a waste of time. Unless it's super free and like you might as well, but I would not send any of my team in to die over that Gold
Yeah,
Fury
I
at
mean,
all.
especially at 37 minutes, I mean, it's kind of just free gold on the map. You're not really looking for. I mean, it does make taking FG a little bit easier. You know, that extra damage mitigation and damage onto the fire giant definitely is gonna make things a little bit easier. Honestly, Slick Capo I agree. At this stage in the game, it would definitely be a lot more favorable to have seen an Oni Fury for either team.
Absolutely. Even about to say a Treb, and the first Treb I've seen in a while is being pushed down mid. Finally, gonna have to draw somebody's attention away to clean that one up. They're doing the Fire Giant shuffle, and Osiris is getting chased down a little bit, but Cleo pushing everybody back with that ultimate. And Susano, oh, that's the mock Susano. Oh, that means Morgan just ulted as Susano. The real Susano getting a kill onto the Ravana. That right now it is 5v4. Sun Wukong is caught up in the air, and then Osiris got ulted by the Surket. Surket's gonna jump out of that one, and another Cleo ult is coming out to push them all back.
Nice
Osiris jumping
double
off into the
pull.
back, and he gets 2 people. Surket is hit by that one. Freya ulting, and she may get the kill. Oh, on her, gonna fall to that Cleo. Susano gonna get the kill onto the Morrigan, and Sun Wukong is gonna be able to
And
live.
kill the Phoenix. They still have the tier 2 tower. I mean, they don't
Siege
go
it up.
deep to
Take
that.
what you can so you can get on out of here.
If the towers weren't up at that point, I would have been safe to call that was game.
That would have been game. Osiris
Yeah.
just TP'd back in. Fire Giant is on the way right now with Surket and
There's no
Sun
way.
Wukong looming.
There's no way. If this Wukong steals this game's gonna
I'll
go
still
on
take the
forever.
difference. Oh, Surket is gonna fall to the Freya. EFG is going, and Sun Wukong falls as well.
That has to be
Diffed is gonna
game.
get that EFG right there. They're
No,
gonna
why
back.
are you backing? Just go in. What's going on?
A lot of them were low. It's gonna cost nothing for them to just run up mid, push that Treb out, and then just take those Phoenixes and take those towers as well, because they still do have a T2 tower in mid lane and in dual lane. So they gotta get rid of those so that they can just kind of push this Titan down with no fear, no real game plan.
I guess, but I feel like that was such a free Phoenix. They could have just pushed down the lane that already had a tier 2 tower down. I mean, at that point where they were all pushing on mid, there was only one person left alive on the side of Slick Catboys. I mean, they have enhanced FG, which means they don't have to worry about minions either because they get rid of those backdoor protections. I mean, I feel like that was a free Phoenix, but I guess, playing the safe option to just back and get your items and stuff. You
Yeah, they are
presumably
kind of struggling this game compared to what they had in the first game, so it's nothing to really just back. And look at this, Freya shredding these towers. Yeah, but with the Emps armor, we love to see it. I mean, an Emps armor enthusiast, we love to see it. They're gonna get this left lane T2 Phoenix right now. Gonna even that one up. And now they just got to worry about these Phoenixes. Somebody's pinging the map. Morgan getting a little close in mid, a little risky there.
I think they spot them out on a
Leo
wall.
is in that wall right there and toss out an ability. She's going to come out to make sure she's not losing all that health. Another on her audio.
Very slow push here by the side that you got Diffed. I feel like they kind of are aware of how long this game has been going. You know, they really just kind of want it to end at this point, so they're gonna play very safe and methodical to make sure that they can get this Phoenix and hopefully end the game.
Yet another on her jump audio.
What's going on?
I don't know. I mean, I love me some on her, so it lets me know that he's still in the game.
Yeah, you know, he's really just trying to make his name known here. You know, Raw Toast trying to get his name out here, I guess.
Right now, they're
Still,
really slow.
it is super slow push right here. One Cleo ult being used. She's still in the wall, taking a lot of damage.
Gab getting a two-man knockup. They're kind of pushing.
She's taking a lot of damage here. Wow, she was in that wall for such a long time. Look at her health.
Cleo does have Soul Eater, so she doesn't have to really worry much about that one. Osiris is going in onto that on her right there in the back, but that Phoenix is getting pushed down finally. And Sun Wukong gonna get a kill onto the Osiris. Arav gonna jump in there. Geb ultimate comes out as well. Cleo gonna have to use her Aegis, and she's getting ulted on the swing and a miss by the Osiris ult. I'm sorry, the Susano ult from the Morgan, but Morgan is gonna get the kill onto the Klee, and Geb is rolling out. Susano's rolling out. Freya's gone. Klee's gone, and Osiris is gone. This game is such a teeter-totter.
This is. How did they lose that so badly? I mean, they had enhanced FG on their side, and they weren't even able to kill the Phoenix. I mean, they barely scratched it.
It looks like Osiris had gone into the back alone. May have been taking tower shots, I'm not too sure, but he got dove on pretty hard, and then the rest of the team just followed suit. It was risky for them to try and dive in on them, but they could have played that better potentially.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it was a
Susano
very
coming out, and he's still full health after taking a couple of abilities. Geb is caught in the middle. Geb, Cataclysm, gonna get 3 people. He's rolling out. Geb is alive and well. We're really gonna go into a game 3.
I just checked. We've been streaming for 2 hours. This is game 2. We still potentially have another 40-minute plus game after this. I mean, these teams are really pushing it here today, aren't they? This is just a crazy set. Nice 2-man pull yet again.
And Osiris is gonna get the kill under the Circuit. Taxi falls to the on her. And Freya and Cleo are in the back line, and so is that Sun Wukong. He's going to realize where they actually are. He's half health. He doesn't really want to fight, but the stun may come out onto the on her if he can stick to him. And Freya's going to get the kill onto that Sun Wukong right now, and they are going to push hard. It only makes sense to try and get this Phoenix down so that way they can end this and call it a W. That was actually a pretty solid game, Shield. Ooh, Morgan.
Oh my God.
She does so much damage.
She's gonna clean up the Cleo as well. Oh, maybe not. Very low health on the Cleo. I believe that shield just barely saved her life. What?
Double kill in the way of Morgan.
Oh, is that you? I mean, what an amazing play by this Morgan this game. I mean, how many times has she saved the game single-handedly, just like killing a key target just right before they're about to end the game? I mean, Shiria Emiya, you spelled the name correctly, but wow, you have been pulling off an absolutely incredible set. You know, not just this game, but also game 1 on the Baba Yaga. Just insane amounts of damage. You know, she was one of the reasons why that game lasted for so long. It appears that now Slick Catboys will be the ones getting the FG. I feel like they could have waited a few more seconds for the Wukong. I bet he's feeling sad about that, but you know,
a little forgotten.
Yeah, you know, that was a mistake. I feel like they should have waited just a little bit longer, but hopefully it won't affect them as they try to end this game. Which, by the way, has been going on for 45 minutes. Wait, sorry, no, 46 minutes now. It's going on for 46 minutes as we
Well, that's a
see.
lot of damage coming out from that Susano if he can get the secure
Is he gonna
kill.
turn his
Onto
back?
that, lots of good beads, and did they kill each other?
That was
They
a
did.
trade. I
That was a
think the
trade.
calamitous Rod of Tahuti killed the Susano right afterwards. I don't think the Wukong really did anything in that fight. Wow. These teams are just going at it, and we see the two players on the top of the player damage really going toe to toe here. I mean, this game's just been absolutely crazy.
I wish I had more PTO at work so I can call out tomorrow because looks like we're gonna go into game 3 here, and we're tired. But
Yeah, I mean,
T2 is
yeah.
gonna fall in duo lane. They are all regrouping, taking the wildest pathing imaginable. Osiris
Yeah.
kind of just zoning and doing Osiris stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is smart. They're gonna wait for the Oni minions to push it. I mean, they saw how one Phoenix Siege ended in disaster for one team, so they're hoping to not have a recreation of that. As we see, they're taking it very slow and just waiting for the Oni minions to push. It will be a 4v5 very shortly, as Paxi will spawn and is able to set up a defense before the Morgan is able to get back into the fight. So it is interesting to see what they'll do here.
Right, Osiris is half health, but Freya's just throwing out ping ball shots, not hitting anyone. And Cleo is ulting those fire minions, while the mid lane Phoenix is coming back up now. Looks like they're going to try and transition as defend that one so it doesn't fall again. Rav is trying to take that speed buff, but Susano rotating over, and it's Susano v Ravana right now, and
He
Ravana
comes on
gets
top!
that's the first time all game in a 1v1. Good job coming out of Ravana to get a kill onto that Susano, who is 15 and 8, I may add, and he's doing a phenomenal job. But Rob just got the edge with that fight there.
I mean, yeah, Ravana just has a natural counter matchup against Susano. He's able to just immune so much of the burst damage coming out from the Susano with his 2. He can just ult in onto Susano for so much damage. Not having a CC immune ult also makes him very susceptible to his CC. So, I feel like he should have been winning more of these 1v1s. I guess Patski has just been playing better, but unfortunately, just not enough. As we see Slick Catboys get another kill here, and this looks like it could be the end of what seems to be a 50-minute, almost a 50-minute game. As we are finally approaching what seems to be the last breath coming from You Got Diffed.
And this is where this game ends, and we, folks, are going into game 3.
Oh my.
It is 11 p.m. Eastern time, and this game lasted almost 1 hour. So we are going into game 3. It is 1v1. You got dipped in Slick Catboys. Hopefully, we get a real draft this time and not some Silver 4 ranked nonsense.
Yeah, I mean that was just an actual complete like clown carnival of a game right there. I mean, how many kills is that? 39 plus 26, I believe. That is 65 kills.
I'm
Dear
so happy you did that
Lord.
math out loud because I was about to use my fingers. We are looking at these stats right here, and it was a good showing from everyone there. Freya was not really a solid pick. As good as she is right now, she didn't really come online in that game. Only 31,000 damage out of her, with Susano and Cleo at 44,000 apiece, on her at 47, and Morgan at 48.
I mean, I have to say the MVP for this game has to be the Morgan. She made
Absolutely.
so many game-winning plays based off her just being able to get in the back and just one-shot one of these crucial carries. I mean, also I have to give a shout out to the Ravana. 26 wards. Wow.
Yeah, if you don't have If you don't have double digit wards in a 50-minute game, you're throwing.
Like, what are you doing?
That's going out to On Her, that's going out to Osiris and Freya, all less than 10 wards in a 50-minute game. They give you a free one at the start of
Yeah,
the
I
game.
mean, yeah, they give you a free one until you're level 12, so can so there's no excuse for not warding. It's just we should be able to do that.
But
This
26 wards coming out of Rav is that's a lot. That's really good. You like to see to make sure that vision, and he went 9, 5, and 20, significantly better than he did in the previous game. I think he's like 0 and 8 as Nem, so that was a lot better. Let's talk about builds really quickly. What anything standing out to you besides the Sun Wukong
I
not getting a
mean,
starter?
what also stands out to me is the Osiris keeping his golden blade at 50 minutes. I what
Yeah,
what are you
he was a
doing?
lot tankier than his stats show.
Well, it's just the mitigations from his passive were enough, I guess, and also the amount of healing he got from Death's Embrace. But it's 50 minutes and you still have your golden blade. Like, what are you doing? I guess in their head is like, oh, I guess I'll get some of that AOE damage from the golden blade procs. But in these late game team fights, how often are you gonna be able to just have two people stand next to each other?
Yeah, I would have gotten rid of that at that point. If there's any blade, or if I'm playing Mercury, Kali, Baka, Nem, I'm getting rid of Golden Blade as soon as I'm full build, because yeah, like you said, there's not going to be times where there's multiple people standing right next to each other. There's much better movement speed items, attack speed items. You can just get rid of it and be all set.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like in this game, if he went for something else, like maybe potentially a Witchblade there, something this, or maybe even a Berserker or something like that to help out there with the damage to Torrent. I just think that not selling Golden Blade when as your sixth item is already bad enough. Not selling it 50 minutes in a 50-minute game is just, I think, borderline trolling. I think that's just like crazy that he still has an item.
We got a great. I can't wait to see what we do in this third game. Um, Again, hopefully we don't have some wild uh picks like a Circuit support or a Cleo mid. The Cleo mid did pretty okay. Um, and everything is up in the air with these two teams, because that was such a teeter-totter game. We were pushing with one team, and then that team falls down, and they're pushing back, and then we go back again, and it was very back and forth all over the place for both of those teams. So we definitely want to make sure that everything is good there. And we're gonna hit a little bit of a quick intermission. We heard a lot of On Her sounds, and we're gonna try and get that back up and running. Sick. Alrighty, so we are back from that little intermission. Definitely gonna need those when your teams want to go 1-1 and gotta go into a third game. So we I guess we skipped the picks and bans, but we can run down what's going on right here. 30 seconds into the game, we've got Agni, Mercury, Kukulin, Ganesh, and Jingwei in the side of Slick Catmen, and on her Tsukuyomi, Thoth, Kuzenbo, and Sun Wukong for You Got Diffed.
Yeah, I mean, bit unfortunate we missed a pick and ban. I would have loved to see what they banned and more specifically what they first picked. It did look like Mercury got through pick and bans. I bet Paxy's very excited to play that guy. I know he absolutely loves this pick. You know, very meta right now, very strong. So I hope he's able to make an impact. I hope he doesn't get first blooded here though, as he's looking
Very
to go
low.
in.
But Thoth damage not quite there in the early game, so as long as you can dodge at least one of those shots, you should be fine.
Yeah, ooh, maybe your
Ganesh
early
is looking
kill.
very, very low, and he's going to be able to escape, back off a little bit, trying to digest all this water that I just inhaled in that intermission.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't even know where to really start right now. It's kind of slow. We're real just farming.
We're
it
all
up.
very
Right
tired.
now, it looks like, yeah, we are all very tired. I bet all of our viewers are tired, but we appreciate the love and support with y'all sticking around and watching these guys duke it out. We will try to not start games at 9 p.m. in the off chance that we decide to go into a 3-game set.
Yeah, I mean, we were not. I mean, we were also not expecting each game to go on for 30+ minutes. So you know,
Yeah.
These teams are really giving us
Good beats coming out of the Jingwei.
really making us work for our non-existent paychecks here. You know.
I do it for the love of the viewers.
Yeah,
And the
that's our
fact that the
paycheck.
admins are cool.
That's our paycheck right there. You know. Do you see an
Kuzenbo
attempt
looking
here?
Yeah, he's trying. If we gotta hit those Jingwei.
Doesn't seem like.
And they're gonna lose some minions because Kuzenbo's really just stalling them on this purple buff. Jingwei realized that and is gonna go take those minions so they don't fall too far behind. And on her getting through again, hopefully we hear some more of his lovely sounds, his random jump sounds.
Yeah, you know, very unfortunate there that they basically missed the purple buff and half a wave there. They're gonna be quite behind here.
All
As
because
there's-
Kuzenbo is just showing
There's no
fate.
way. He does not steal the does not steal the buff, unfortunately. We do see Mercury hanging around.
And Kuzenbo is getting pushed.
Oh,
Ganesha is in a bad spot. A shell does have to come out, and he's very low.
Wow,
First blood
what
gonna go
a-
to that on her with a good jump. Agni rotating over as well. Agni is gonna get the kill into the honor with Kuzenbo very low, and Jingwei gets a return kill. That is 2-for-1 support for support and ADC.
I mean, I think when On Her first leaped in there, he did not expect there to be 4
No.
people in that lane. But you know,
Not at all.
but you know, at the end of the day, he does secure the kill, and you know, I think in that position where you're so low and there's 4 people in the lane, they were gonna die no matter what. So at least they were able to get that first blood.
Yeah, first blood is good to get, and looking at these solo lane builds, once the no starter item, I guess it worked for him last time, so he's busting it out this time.
I mean, I guess this game, there's a Mercury early game. He's not gonna be punished for it. He can just,
Yeah, not at
whatever. Do your thing, I guess. Hey, you know, I'm not playing here, so who am I to judge? You know.
Ooh, and he is charging up that clap.
He does
Clap
go
coming
for
down.
it.
He's gonna get the ultimate onto that Thoth. Thoth. Oh, so close. Thoth. Come on, Agni.
Oh
Get
my!
him.
We need an HP check on that
so
Thoth
low.
right now.
Oh my
Single-
goodness.
Yeah, he's getting chased down by the minions.
That Agni bomb mattered.
That
Did
has
he
to
ult?
have-
Did he ult that?
I mean, I had a the Thoth.
Thoth just ulted speed.
I guess so. I mean, at this point, I mean, why not? You're so. He's still staying. Wow, he just dashed his clear minions. Very bold play there by the Thoth. I would not be confident enough to do that, but I guess he wasn't punished for a while. He must
So
have been below
one last
50
wave
HP there.
syndrome.
Yeah, exactly. You know. Yeah, yeah. He got his Warlock, so you know it was worth it.
And let's see if I can. See, my phone had died while we were streaming that. I went to go get my charger and the phone died. So I'm trying to pull Twitch back up on my phone so I can talk to you guys, see what you guys are saying. Anyone who's sticking around with this late game, appreciate it again. My name is Sean Tastic, and we got Realize here with Seal on the cams.
What? Damn. You don't have two monitors, so you can't watch double the action.
I do have two monitors. I just don't have the two monitors set up.
Unfortunate. Well, you know.
My job gave me a free second monitor. I was like, "Oh, use it for the job," and I said, "No."
I mean, this isn't your job?
I if Smite pays my bills, I will do whatever I need to. I'll wear Scylla's outfit if I have to.
Oh, I do that for free.
I am, Scylla's Daisy Despair the art card. I
The
am
one
gonna
with
get that as a tattoo.
the one with like the one with the plushies, or the one that's like really creepy.
The one that's really creepy.
Oh yeah.
Tsukuyomi ult coming out, so was with the Geb, and that was a good silence coming out from the Ganesh, but
Solo kill in solo. What?
there's so much going on. A double kill going for Thoth right now. Agni and Ganesh both falling. Mercury kind of baited the team right there, and he is going to be able to walk out of that, but Thoth getting a double kill with a kill in the solo lane. Kukulin getting a 1-0 kill onto that Sun Wukong.
You know, we were talking about punishing the Soul Eater rush. You know, it looks like he finally did it there. We do see an attempted blue buff invade. Looks like that was not successful. Ooh, he uses dash as to secure that. He's going to be in danger here as we do the Thoth turnaround.
He's going to be able to escape. He's Merc. He's a speedy boy. But Kuzumbo is a daring boy. He likes to invade and just kind of stand there and make you nervous.
Yeah, you know, Kuzumbo's big turtle running you down, you know, not really the kind of thing you like to see as a Mercury. Especially when, you know, your autos could potentially result in your own death when you're autoing that turret. So he's gonna bite off a bit more than he can chew here as we see a solo rotation in on the mid lane to kill that Kuzumbo.
Second, Discord decides to get these pixels out of my face. It's not 1998 anymore. But right now, I think that's Kukulin walking back into the solo
Yeah,
lane. He's gonna
oh,
jump.
there we go. It's slightly better now.
That level up, even with all these pixels, the level up, the Stranger Things level up was super clear through anything. Not hearing any game sound right now, but there's nothing really going on, and everything is good. Oh, Kukulin gonna dash in. Nothing really making out of that. Mid lane is the lane to watch right now because there's just so much going on. Kuzumo gets a nice little dash onto the Agni. Agni gonna just speed run out of there.
Yeah. We didn't really talk much about the picks because obviously we missed pick and bans, but I kind of like the Kuzumbo pick into here. You know, I like Kuzumbo against back when I first really started to try to play this game competitively. I really like to pick Kuzumbo into gods that have a lot of tick damage, especially like the Agni, like the Kukulin with his two that just ticks every couple seconds. It refreshes the cooldowns on his abilities, on his first ability and third ability when he has his thorns active, so that just allows him to just throw so many turtles and also just dash. He can dash basically back to back with how many dots he's getting, so I really like the Kuzumbo pickup here.
I agree. Kuzumo into a Mercury is just like you're gotta be careful with those crits coming back at you. The same thing with like a Nemesis shield as well, which is why Nem's so good into a Mercury. But Kuzumo is gonna be really solid with dealing with Mercury, dealing with Agni, dealing with Jingwei as well. He's just a super solid pick. His ult has a super low cooldown, and he's just really, really, really annoying to deal with all game.
Yeah, he's when you see a Kuzumbo when you're playing as a carry, you just groan in your head. It's just like, oh, I gotta deal with this guy. You know, he's just gonna be running you down the whole game. You know, like,
Just
and you know,
like that.
he's got great peel as well. You know, as a support, his ult just gets everyone off a character. You know, if the Mercury decides to ult in on, for example, Thoth, he can just press 4 and just go into the washing machine mode and just make sure the Mercury is just. He basically has to use his bees to just even have any impact in these fights, as he's gonna have to, as he's not gonna be able to land autos as he's being knocked up. He's probably gonna be pushed away as well. So he's gonna be. We're gonna have to look out a lot here on the Kuzenbo.
Just realizing the names were switched around a
Yeah,
little
it's
bit.
after 11 minutes. It's been a long evening, but we're still here, so we gotta cast these games. The players are putting in their effort too. Playing through these long, aggravating sets. We gotta do our job here in production to watch these guys play their best.
Do you know what your longest match is?
In Smite,
The longest game you've ever played.
in casuals or in ranked.
Either.
I think in casuals, if I remember, it was nearly 2 full hours. It's funny because it was with Pat as well. We were just going through our rank grind, and then afterwards we were just like, let's just play one more casual for the night, and it ended up being 2 hours long. So it's just Smite being Smite. What do you say on her all being forced out?
Yeah, nothing really here. That Treb is really kind of pushing, but they're just throwing abilities and trying to see if something sticks. Yeah, no, longest game I ever played. It was a 93-minute long match. It was a 5-stack that I was with against another 5-stack, and there were 3 mirror matches in that game.
Oh no!
There were 2 Scyllas. I was on one. There were 2 Thors, and there were 2. I think we had 2 solo laners, and I don't remember what they were, but 3 mirror matches, and it was to the point of like every time you could push, every time you started fighting, there was enough people that got taken out to where Phoenix couldn't get taken. We ended up losing that game. Our ADC thought it was a good idea to try out something new, and they just didn't have the power and crit that they needed to, so we ended up losing that game in one decisive fight. But 93 games, we all took like a 25-minute break and like almost took a nap.
Yeah, I mean, like think about like how much of an impact the 45 minutes in this game 2 had on the players, especially for You Got Diffed, who seemed like they were in control for so long, and to just lose a game like that must be so demoralizing for them. I've definitely felt that. In my brief stint playing competitive, I've definitely felt the demotivation and just the absolute pain from when something like that happens. It's really important that these players maintain their morale as that.
Very
Wow.
funky Ganesho coming out
Nice
with
Mercury.
Why are we dumping so much onto a Kuzenbo who still has ultimate?
Wow, he's gonna live.
Escape. Y'all dumped a lot onto him. That's 2 ults just to try and get the Kuzenbo who just kind of shook you off, and then Solo gets a kill with a gank, with help from the gank from the Tsukuyomi, and right now it is 1-1 in the solo lane. They are both level 13, and Gold Fury being pulled by You Got Diffed right now, and hopefully they get that one with On Her sneaking in the background. He knows they're doing it. It's going in the way of You Got Diffed. Does get their Gold Fury, and they're going to be able to back off with Pyromancer going to slick Catboys.
I wonder, did Tsukuyomi solo that, or did he get some help from the Wukong?
He had to have gotten help from the Wukong.
He doesn't have lifesteal. I don't think he would have been able to solo
There's
that.
no way he soloed that. Yeah, no, not a chance.
Yeah, no. So very nice trade. I like that. Even though they lost a gold Fury, they decided there's at least something to gain. As we see the Kuzenbo trying to steal a blue buff by himself. What is he actually gonna do?
Kuzenbo just doing Kuzenbo things yet
Throws the
again.
Nene, does not secure it, unfortunately. He's gonna get ganked again. I wonder if he's gonna get away this
All
time.
those bombs coming down, and he's
Yeah,
still
see, look at
thriving.
the double dash. Just so many ticks just allows him to just use that escape basically
Why
back
do
to back.
y'all dump
Mercury
a lot
all
on
again.
him? He
He's
may
gonna
fall
die
this
here.
time, but Kuzenbo gonna fall to the Agni. Kukulin dropping the slam down, and he's gonna push into. That was Sun Wukong's clone. Okay. On her and Jing Wei kind of dancing around this wall right here. Hey, peekaboo.
Oh, looks like we're stuck inside the wall here too, but oh man. Oh, they're still fighting
They're
here?
still fighting. Both of us thinking the
Tsukiyomi
same thing. That
ult was
a
used.
good stun coming out from the Agni Soul Gem proc to give him a little bit more health back. Mercury trying to clear a back camp with Ganesh chasing that Sun Wukong into lane. Thoth gonna help on her get a kill onto the Jing Wei, who falls for the first time this game.
I mean, Shiro Emiya on this back to back to back has just been making such a big impact on the side of Slick Catboys. He is just he's the MVP of the team in my opinion right now. He's just been doing he did so much in all 3 games, and you know, even though he lost that first game, he was just he was top of the player damage for his team. Second game made some game-ending plays. In this game, just surviving that gank early on was I think was so important in making sure that he was able to just farm up to this point and just been able to play so effectively in this game so far. He's been so crucial for the team this whole set.
Absolutely, he's been on point with all of his damage, and he's got his Warlock stacked. He's got Karen's coin going, and Divine Ruin is. Why does he have Divine Ruin?
I
No
guess
one on that.
it's for the Agni's Soul Gem, I guess.
That's
Huh.
an interesting pickup. He would have saw better results with literally any other flat pen item, but I mean, if you want to pick it up, then pick it up. It's
I don't really.
I don't understand it. It's almost as confusing as dumping 2.5 volts onto a Kuzenbo support.
Yeah, but if you had the Spear of Desolation there, you know, you get those resets on the cooldowns, extra CDR as well. You know, it's just I
More power.
guess he's anticipating that they're gonna build more lifesteal, which I guess isn't the worst thing. But we'll definitely have to see if that item gets much more value. But you know, he has been, you know, the carry for the side of Sleep Catboy, so you know maybe he knows more than me. So we'll definitely have to see how it plays.
Land coming out of the Kukulin, they're duking it out, and he barely took any damage in that fight himself. With Sun Wukong gonna have to back. Only a quarter health gone, and he's probably got his TP up. Nope, TP up is in 25, so he's got to walk back to lane.
Oh, his Wukong, so it's more likely he's gonna fly back to lane. So you know.
How do you sign up for the league? That is a good question. Seal, how do you sign up for this league? I got brought in by one of the admins through Reddit, so it was just luck of the draw.
And I got in by a friend, so yeah, I don't really know. We just received confirmation by one of our admins, as Agni gets incredibly low, that there is a link in the Twitch for the Discord to the league if you are interested in joining.
If you're still there, still watching, you trying to come in to play, or you trying to come in to do some production, cams, casting, what do you want to do if you want to let us know? While this fight's going on in mid, Ganesh ult coming out with a Mercury ult from downtown Syria, gonna make sure that Kuzenbo is ulting him as well. Sun Wukong is in the air, gonna be jumping down. There's a whole lot of stuff going on with not a lot of damage coming out. Right now, Jing Wei had to do a knock-up herself, and on her is back there. Kukulin is getting out of that tower line. Agni dropping bombs, and they are all disengaging. No one died. 5 ultimates were used, with the exception of Jing Wei and On Her.
What a crazy fight!
Like I lied, On Her just used his ult on nothing.
Nice. Anyways, yeah, bit of a whiff on the Mercury ult there. You know, just landing. He had a great angle to potentially hit 3 people. Ended up only hitting the Kuzenbo, which, as we know, he's not gonna die. So I think that was a bit of an unfortunate way that fight could have gone. I think that fight would have gone a lot differently if Paxi was able to land that ult onto more than just one person.
Your team has fully powered the
and it looks like homie here is saying that he's trying to game, he's trying to get into the league, get on a team, Okay, well, definitely sign up for the league through that link in the Discord. I'm sorry, through that link on the channel, and come on, make your debut over here. We have some spots open for our free agents. The season has started, as it's been stated, so you'll have to show us your worth, show us that you're good enough to be here. Don't troll, don't be toxic, but have a good time, and welcome to the battleground if you actually join. Yeah, we got a lot of stuff going on. So the quicker you get in, the quicker you can get in on these games.
Nope. We also have a lot of rewards in terms of gems for winning and also for participating in production. So if you are interested in getting those 6 skins, then you should definitely join us.
You can cast these late night games with us.
I don't
We
think they
like
want to
start
do that.
because Prem likes starting their games when it's night. And Kukulin getting a double ultimate up, and he's gonna be able to just hop on out of there. Poof with the Pridwin, and he is good to go. Pridwin, an item I haven't seen picked up in a while. Felt like that item got nerfed a little bit, didn't it?
Yeah, it lost 10 procs in both the physical and magical. And I believe it may have gone up in price. I'm not completely sure about that. But yeah, I still think it's a viable item. It's just not as meta as it used to be. You know, before you were seeing it on almost every single support, every single soul laner. It's definitely fallen out of the meta a little bit. I still think it's a very good pickup, especially in this meta where people are a lot more tankier. So, that item does get a bit more effectiveness.
Yeah, plus having that 20% cooldown is really solid. If you're not picking it up for the passive ability, the stats on it, you're picking it up for that cooldown.
Yeah. I've noticed this game has been so much slower compared to the first two. I mean, we're at 22 minutes.
22 minutes.
It's only been 5 deaths on each side. Both teams have realized to just hit the brakes after just what seemed like absolutely insane game 1s and 2s. They've definitely decided to slow things down a little bit. Just chill back, try to farm up, get to that league and team fight, not make so many Hail Mary plays. Just take it easy and just play safe as we see.
Bro, at that point, you just go for it. But a lot of ultimates come down. You got Diffed finishes the gold tier that they started. Tsukuyomi ult coming out. He's going to get the kill on the Ganesh. Ganesh falls to the Tsukuyomi with Mercury clapping. Going to give somebody the burn. He's gone. He's downtown Syria. And Jingwei ult. He gets a kill onto the Kuzenbo. And everyone is jumping in. Kukulino secures the kill into that Tsukuyomi. On her ult is coming out as well. Going to get that kill on the Mercury right now. It is 3 for 3. And his game is back to being even.
I mean, it was, well, they do get the Primal Fury. What Fury did they get? Was it just a standard Gold Fury? I forgot, honestly.
I think it was a standard gold.
Okay, so they do get the Gold Fury, which does give them a nice 4K lead. But, at 23 minutes, that's not really too much of a lead. This game has been very even for so long now. I feel like at this point, both the Hunters are almost max level full build, so they could definitely be looking for Fire Giants soon. I mean, this game can go. It's so even right now. It could really just go either way.
Absolutely, that was a lot of damage coming out from everybody. That Gold Fury was almost risky because it did go for in the way of gold of you got Diffed, but they dropped it when at that point it was so low they should have just finished it. But Ganesh ult coming out, and they got an Aegis. And he's going to be able to walk away. The Thoth is just going to walk out of that one.
I cannot believe he got unpunished with that. I mean, he was on tower line with 2 people.
He was emblemed like...
I cannot believe he lived that. You see the tier 1 tower in mid. Looks like he's going to fall.
And Ganesh took a lot of tower damage. Just barely misses by the stun. With Kukulin getting his 4-man knockup. That was a great knockup. Kuzenbo ulting as well, but Ganesh gonna fall to that Sun Wukong. Jingwei is gonna be walking back in. Kukulin is getting pushed by Kuzenbo, and he's gonna drop another ultimate there. Jingwei getting pushed passive up. Thoth with an amazing long-range ultimate on the Kukulin. Right now, it is going to be 2 kills in the way of Slick Cats. They are up in this fight, and now they just evened it up just a little bit more. It is 2-1 for Slick Cats here.
That's three.
Two,
That was a
3-1 for Slick Cats.
4 for 1. Wow.
Good grief. That is a fire giant. That is a fire giant.
Looks like the junglers are gonna have a bit of a duel here, but I don't think either side really wants to take this fight.
They don't. Yeah,
What,
like,
what an
fire giant,
amazing
like,
snipe there.
that was a great ultimate.
I mean, I didn't even think Thoughtful was that long range.
He had to have had it boosted by his 3. That garage door is really something to be really something to reckon with how much range it actually does give.
Like,
Now I gotta
not
finish
willing
this
to
fire
give up
giant
this
before
game
Mercury
just
decides
yet.
to get jiggy with it. Throw that one over the walls, and it is gonna go to Slick Cats. They do get that fire giant, and Mercury's getting pushed out. He's gonna get helped by the Geb ult, but he's still gonna fall to the Thoth. And Tsukuyomi is trying to chase down the Ganesh and gonna just walk away.
Did he just end for a Harpy?
Yep.
Well, talk about greed. I mean, he was level 20. Was that? I mean, like, honestly, I get the mentality of whenever you're playing jungle, you never want to just walk past the camp, but like at that point, you know you're surrounded. They just completed Fire Giant. I mean, is it really worth staying around that extra 2 seconds to auto the Harpy 1 or 2 times?
Yeah, he looked like he was trying to steal the fire giant and then just had terrible pathing. And then he got caught out by the Kuzenbo, who just kind of made sure he wasn't going anywhere. So, and that tried to help by dropping ultimate there, but he just falls inevitably. Right now, we are 26, almost 27 minutes into this game. It is 12-8 in the way of Slick Catboys, with You Got Diffed actually having the gold lead by just over 600 gold.
I imagine that's gonna go on the side of Slick Cats real quick once they finish taking down these towers. There's still 6 towers left on the map, a lot of gold. As we see a gank onto the Kukulkan, who is just so far up for no reason. I mean, what was that for?
Coming out on the Kukulkan. Kukulkan is dodging a lot of the Daffster abilities, but Tsukuyomi does clean up on Kukulkan. 3-man gank onto the Kukulkan for him to fall as his 3rd death.
I mean, why was he so far up? Just to clear the waves? I mean, you just... At this stage in the game, you know that 1 death could just mean the end of the game for you, especially when the other side has Fire Giant buff on their hands. It was just very greedy play to just push up those waves.
Right now, they're kind of just pushing them all back. They're all just kind of scattering. They're going to take this T2 in right lane. Treb is pushing with them as well. On her, making sure to utilize the garage door coming out of Thoth, and Sun Wukong is just doing Sun Wukong stuff, but taking a lot of damage from that Agni and Jingwei. They're gonna go for Pyromancer here. Pyromancer was there, and it is gone now. They're gonna back off. Mercury is way in their jungle, but he's not gonna get punished because I don't even think they truly know he's there.
I mean, yeah, he's just trying to look for a bit of farm, you know, clear out the jungle on the enemy team, make sure they don't get as ahead as they should from clearing out all these towers, you know. And also, as a Mercury, you know, being in the backline, I do kind of like that, because then you can't really, you don't see the Mercury ult coming from it's behind your back, you know. It really can just catch you off guard, especially with how fast that ult can just connect onto one of your backlines. So I don't necessarily hate him being back there. I mean, they're not going to defend these tier 2s anyways.
Yeah, exactly. They're just letting them go, but not going to let them kind of snowball if they don't have to. That is Primal Fury going in the way of Slick Cats, and they're doing a really good job of grouping and taking objectives. They want to finish this game out early, just like the rest of us.
Yeah, I mean, you notice how they're playing like a lot more safe in this game 3 on both teams. Say that someone goes in and nearly dies.
Sun Wukong just barely getting that ultimate off. Jingwei throwing out a lot of damage onto a clone, not really meaning anything, but Kukulkan gets a 2-man knockup. He's in the back line. Thoth punching out a stupid amount of damage, and his ult does connect. People are low. Ganesh trapping a few people inside of that, and 2 people falling in the way of Slick Cats. That means 2 more people do not have fire. 3 people fall in the way of Slick Cats. Everyone gets a kill, and you love to see it. That means these folks are now in a position to push up any lane that they want to. That is a blink coming out of Kukulkan onto, is that Thoth? Thoth's gonna dash all the way out, but Mercury, too quick, too speedy, too fast. He's gonna miss the one and miss the auto, but he gets the kill with the with the grab. Good job coming out of them. They get a shutdown onto the Thoth, who was 5-1.
Very nice play there by you got Diff to make sure that they don't gain too much out of that fire giant. You know, after all said and done, they still are almost exactly even in the gold department 30 minutes into the game. Almost everyone's level 20. It does seem like they're going to be able to get a Phoenix to somewhat turn this game into their advantage as they successfully take down that Phoenix. I mean, this next FG is going to be enhanced. I feel like this is going to be the play that's going to change the game.
3, 2,
Two.
1, and Fire Giant is up.
Nope.
I guess I was wrong.
A
I
little
can't
bit
count.
longer.
Man, that thing is full. It's fully there.
It's gonna wait for there we go. We see the enhanced FG drop down.
Holy smokes! I've seen red lights take shorter times to come on than that thing.
Yeah.
All right, so EFG is going to be the wave for both of these teams. They're going to do the fire giant jiggle to see who's really going to get this one out. A couple of bluffs are going to come out. They're going to be de-warding from that Sun Wukong. He gets knocked up, taking a little bit of damage coming from the Jingwei.
You know, what is it with that's childish and picking up his starter item last slot? I mean, if
That's
he
like
wanted
the
to go
beginning of season 8.
if he wanted to go Warrior's Axe, why didn't he just go with first item? It's a good item to start with. You get that power, you get that prot, you get that nice passive for the boxing. I mean, I
Hero's Axe is a
understand.
better item, personally.
Yeah, I understand if you're
We did
going
not
for
pause it.
Bundas.
Oh, we paused
Oh, what?
it. We paused it.
Why are we pausing?
Okay, it's all good. I'm like, bro, please don't have to have us put on the intermission screen.
Oh yeah. You know, sorry, what was I saying again? Oh yeah, the starter items.
Starter
You know,
item.
like I understand if you're going for something that's not really that good use early game, like especially for a lot of these warriors, they tend to be going for boom this last item because that item is just completely insane. But if you're gonna go axe, why not just get the tier 1? I mean, it's a good item, you know, you don't lose much for it. Do we pause again? What's going on?
Oh my goodness.
What is going on here? These guys
They heard that we're tired, so they're gonna make sure we're
are they
extra tired.
are they trying to make us stay here for longer than we should have? I mean, what's going on? Ah, jeez. It's been a long day, you know.
Yeah.
How
This
long's the
is,
stream been going on for now?
Oh, Lord. No
Oh,
idea.
let me go.
2
2
hours and
hours and 45 minutes of almost non-stop casting. Wow, I am gonna be dead tomorrow, that's for sure.
Yep. I gotta get up and be at work for 7, but thankfully all I have to do is roll out of bed at 6:50,
Yeah,
6:49 to be exact.
we are we are sacrificing our livelihoods for your entertainment, people. So
Oh, look, we got a couple of subs coming out of Crazy Taco Monster. Appreciate that. And it's Crash, both giving us some subs. We definitely appreciate that. W's to you both. Love to see the support.
yeah, it does appear that we have made a pause because the mid laner on the side of Slick Cats has disconnected, unfortunately. So hopefully we will see him back in time to end this game. Hopefully end this game, because honestly, I think we're both hoping the game ends shortly.
Very. We were definitely hoping that. But for any of the folks in chat, we definitely appreciate the support. Appreciate you sticking it out and seeing this long. But if anyone's still here and has seen all 3 games so far, who do you think is MVP overall in the games that we've been casting tonight? Well, let us know in the comments. Let us know what you think, because I got my eye on a couple of people for who's been like rocking out the entire time.
I mean, you gotta give it to Shiremia, right? Like, this man has been on an absolute tear in all three games. I mean, this guy is just he's got my money for MVP for sure, and that's all I'm gonna say.
Absolutely. Yeah, he's Baba Yaga smacked. Thoth smacked. Who did he play second?
He played
second?
Morgan.
Bodied.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, like
Shiro or
serious. Like
Paxi. Yeah,
he
I agree.
barely got out damaged by the Morgan Le Fay. in the first game, just barely, and then in the second game, he put people's body bags inside of a body bag. Like it was unreal the amount that he was doing in that game.
Yeah, for sure. And hopefully he comes back to finish the set. Maybe we were talking. Oh, wait. No, he did not come back. I thought. Never mind.
Some people saying they're giving MVP to the Shiru. I can't pronounce Emiya.
Yes, that's how you
Emiya
do it.
and Paxki are some people's MVP favorites right now in these chats. And yeah, I'm inclined to agree. Paxi gets a little overzealous with some of his chase down kills, but he's been nothing short of a phenomenal jungler in all three of these games. With the same side of the coin going over to Emiya, he's been a phenomenal mid lane menace all three games.
Yeah. I mean, now that we're in like a bit of a downtime, just waiting for one of the players to come back. What do you think of the builds throughout this game so far? Do you see anything that's standing out right now?
In terms of build, well, again, Hero's Axe is a better item than Sundering Axe, personally. It's just gonna help your team out a lot. But, Tsukuyomi going for what looks like to be Blood Forge, um, instead of Soul Eater, which is weird because he heals a lot with Soul Eater, especially with a build like that. He'd almost do like a Hercules heal in a sense with Soul Eater. Um, Thoth got a pretty standard build. Kuzenbo, uh, ugly build, but it's a build.
I
Um,
mean, it works. Wait, he's
yeah,
missing.
it
He
it
missing
works.
Thoth. He didn't buy Thoth. Wait, neither support bought Thoth. How do we not notice this?
Bought who?
Oh no, not Thoth. Sorry, Thieves.
See, I'm like,
Goblin of Thieves. I'm sorry.
what's the
No,
meta
they
now?
should not. You should not be giving Book of Thoth on the support. I guarantee you that. But
Oh,
yeah,
these
Crazy Paco Monster. We appreciate it, bro. We appreciate you saying that about us. We are very tired right now.
yeah, and for the folks that we typically do interviews afterwards, but it's not going to happen tonight. Once this game is done, we're gonna talk about the Bills, talk about anything that happened at the end of the game, and then casters and cams are out like a light. But we want to get these folks back in here as quickly as we can, so we
Oh, we
can.
do. Has he come back?
It
He.
looks like he's back.
It looks like we will be continuing. Thank
Throat
goodness,
goats, stop, bro.
bro.
You called us throat goat.
We do have very well trained throws. That's as far as I wanted to go for that joke. Man, that was also a joke. Anyways, we see,
We are
we
back
see
with
they're back
everyone
and
in the game again. Back with that Fire Giant shuffle and Discord, making sure we don't see anything clearly yet.
you
A lot of
see
pinging
the
coming out, and Mercury is eyeing
out.
down that Sun Wukong in mid lane, but
He's out for blood. That's for sure. Looks like he's gonna be trying to push this left side tier 2 with the
they're
trebuchet.
all over there. That's kind of risky, but also two people are backing in the way of Slick Cats. Dapster and that's Childish both back to base. Mercury's gonna be able to take this tower, but Tsukuyomi is coming on over. That was a very free tower with his team also going for Pyromancer. Oh, that's a lot with a big crit.
We see the taunts coming out, Pat being toxic, nothing different. We do see the TP coming in, though. He might have bit more than he can chew with this.
He's gonna get that Phoenix.
What?
That Treb is gonna make sure that Phoenix went down. He got a kill and he got the Phoenix. He's gonna be going. Oh, he's pulling out the Susano clutch. Bloodforge is doing him justice. Going against the wall, get a couple of crits, and he's gonna get knocked up. He's really trying to box.
There's no way he gets this.
Crits were not coming out on that Sun Wukong. They all came out on the Tsukuyomi, but Thoth getting a kill onto the Agni right now. Jingwei and the whole team are trying to get that Fire Giant, kind of risky. That Mercury's not there. Thoth is just kind of waiting behind. And who is that low? Kukulin is very low in the background right there.
Oh, come on, hit your shot, Thoth. You can do it. There we go.
Oh, man, they did terrible pathing for him.
Mercury's back.
Mercury's getting a kill onto the Thoth. He's going to fall to the on her,
wall.
but was that on her ult as well? Yes.
That was
oh, no, on her ult was already
that
down.
was the on her impale into the Mercury onto that wall to make sure he gets the stun, which ensured the kill.
Trying to pull a fast one. He's able to just jump over the wall if he really wanted to.
Wow.
That's not the direction I would have gone, but maybe he's going to be able to escape that. That slowed too much for the Jingwei, and on her is going to be able to dip on out of that.
Yeah, he still has not back. He still wants this.
Tsukuyomi is showing up, going to give on her some support.
Looks like they're gonna have to back to make sure that these fire minions don't end up ending the game here. As we see the Titan, looks like it's definitely taking a bit of damage.
Oh,
both.
Win Yins. I beat one pro in a ranked game because of Win Yins.
Who was a pro?
Anister.
Oh, and I mean,
This was back when, yeah, that was a few years ago, but
okay,
I had him on a team, and then the next game he was on the opposite team, and it came down to Titan versus Titan push, and we all thought it was over, and all of a sudden we see victory because we had 2 waves of fire minions pushing their Titan, and they killed it faster than they did.
Amazing.
It was so great.
One of I've had the lucky opportunity to play against a few pros a few times. One of the pros that I matched against once was fine. Okay, I actually won in a 1v1 against him. To be fair, I didn't do anything. He just inted into my tower and missed his Achilles ult, but I still count that as a win.
A W is a W.
Yeah, he just had to hit.
They took the L. That means you didn't.
Exactly. Let's just see. Looks like hopefully you got
coming out. Nobody home for that one. Ganesho almost came out, but it's back there again, trying to get that ult, and Tsukuyomi's going to fall to the Mercury, and then Jingwei is going to fall to that Sun Wukong as well. You got Diffed, does get the enhanced Fire Giant with Thoth rooting that Kukulin on her, securing the kill. Agni very low. Ganesh caught in a bad spot. He's going to fall. That enhanced Fire Giant is looking like it's going to waste. Only 2 people left with it.
He's going to try to end. Wait, is he?
He just took a Phoenix.
He just took the Phoenix by himself. I thought he was gonna go for the end there. You think he would have been able to do that?
Who backed? It was Sun Wukong, and he's gonna try and box him again. He's like, "Oh, I want this 1v1 fade one more time, brother."
Is it gonna be a base race?
It is. Look at those minions look at the minions over the top
lose.
left.
Are they gonna get backdoored into game 3? Well, Thoth backs, misses the root.
He is really trying to secure and close this one out. That's a lot of minions. Oh my God, Thoth coming out, but
you're gonna kill the minions.
So close. Get the minions, bro. He's not gonna live this one, but those so close. Look at those minions. They did get the Phoenix in right lane, and Phoenix did come back up in left lane for Slick Cats, but Mercury almost able to secure that W. I think if he does that again, it's over. He takes it.
Well, for a game 3 to end in a backdoor would be absolutely devastating. I cannot believe how close that was.
If their timers were another 10 seconds, it was over.
Credit for Pat to be able to see the opportunity to make that play. I feel like he's gonna be the person to try to run it back as soon as that respawn comes back. He's gonna probably wait for his relics to come back so that he can try to go.
That's a lot of crit damage coming out. Sorry to cut you off there, but Sun Wukong absolutely getting blown up by those crits from that Jingwei. 500 crits. That is so much damage coming out of her.
Yeah, late game Jingwei, she's gonna be swinging with those crits, that's for sure. Got 3 crit items online, got her 2 as well for that extra damage, and she's definitely swinging, that's for sure. Not really that high on the player damage, but just a few autos is just enough to just kill someone instantly, as we see by just how much damage that Wukong took.
And look at Mercury pushing up the right lane with the Phoenix that's gone, trying to make sure those minions, those fire minions, have a
Thank
chance.
you for the
Tsukuyomi
spike, though. He
coming
might
out,
be punished.
and the only he makes sure to stop that the stun with the Ganesho coming out. Does get a kill onto the Kukulin, but it's gonna buy time for the rest of his team to really just kind of back on out of there.
You know, I don't see why you got Diffed will try to push that wave when they know that they have a 4v5. They saw Pat was pushing down the other side, the right side of the map, and you know he was revealed on those minions, so Slick Cats knew he was there. I just don't see why they would step so far up. I mean, it's one or the other. Either they clear the waves or they full shove that Phoenix. I don't agree with them doing one or the other. Looks like Pat's gonna be trying to pull something sneaky here, but there is 2 people there, so I don't think he wins that fight as he tries to run away now.
1v1, yeah, he's definitely taking on anyone that really comes his way, but he's not going to be able to take on 2 people.
Yeah, you know, he did. Looks like his team has at least listened to my advice. He has sold his Golden Blade now for what appears to be an Erendite. You know, I love that item on Merc. I think that just fits so well with the rest of his kit. You know, just he's really just looking to be that one punch man. You know, just trying to get that one shot with the ultimate into the autos. And you know that definitely helps him out a lot.
Yeah, Mercury, you know, being One Punch Man, but can he beat Goku? He's definitely the person you don't want to 1v1 at all. Slick Cats does get the Pyromancer, and somebody's comment on the Twitch, casters wouldn't want a backdoor end after all this waiting.
Yeah, no, we don't. You know, there's a lot on the line for us as well for these games. You know, it's been a long, long night, that's for sure. But
We got
the first
another
game,
40-minute game.
yeah,
And,
first game 35 minutes, second game like what 49 minutes, fourth game 40 minutes. You know, it's
Yeah, 37-20, and then 48 like 50, and yeah, it's looking to be another long one. Tsukuyomi ult.
Oh, looks like
Oh, he
nice Aegis there to immune all of the damage there. That was very nice timing there by Paxi.
Immune all the damage, and that causes Tsukuyomi to not be able to teleport with the ultimate because there was no damage that came out.
Very nice play right there by Pat. You know, making sure he was able to time that effectively. Do see enhanced FG spawning again very shortly, and this is definitely going to be a very contentious one. Both teams at this point, 42 minutes, they're both feeling the pressure. They both know if they make one mistake at this point, it could be the end of the game.
I'm definitely gonna like DoorDash me some Dunkin' Donuts or Starbucks in the morning.
Oh, I can't. I'm on a diet.
No, I'm definitely gonna do it in the morning.
Yeah, well, I
to
envy
treat
you.
my,
but,
treat
you know.
myself.
Yeah, you deserve it, pal. This game is this set has been.
You deserve the
absolute-
cheat day. Ooh,
Yeah,
a lot
well,
of
I
damage
already
coming up
cheated
from
today.
Jing Wei. Tsukuyomi, I'm so sorry, Tsukuyomi. Jing Wei had to force the Sun Wukong to ult. Sun Wukong just did the elevator, came up and down. Ganesh is kind of half health, and Agni just dropping bombs like it's his day job.
That's Mercury's charging his all in the back, looking for a pick onto carry potentially. Looks like he will be spotted out by the Tsukuyomi. Wait, does he see him? Okay, there we go.
Those minions saw him.
Is he gonna go for another Phoenix?
Sun Wukong is not gonna let him go again.
He's gonna go for another Phoenix. He's got the minions shovel. He can definitely do it if he just manages to get a few autos in. He is gonna go for the Wukong, doing
Those
a
are
lot
two
of
immediate
damage.
crits right there. If he leaves him alone, Tsukuyomi getting a kill onto the Ganesh. Jing Wei ulting out, so with the Thoth ult as well. Jing Wei is getting chased down. Aegis coming out of her, and on her is going to get a kill onto Kukulin.
Oh
Wow.
no! Misses the
She gets
disarm.
Oh my
Unfortunate.
god. Is he gets the kill.
Wait, no, he
Take the
can
mid
end.
Phoenix. Take the mid Phoenix.
If they don't back, he can end.
He
Looks like
knows
he's
that
gonna
he
go.
knows that someone's going to back on her is going to fall as well to that Agni.
Charging up his
Don't-
ult,
don't
looking for the
dash in.
Thoth.
You gotta time this right. Double
Yo,
kill
if-
coming up from Agni. The team is cleaning up without the Mercury there. Mercury hasn't been in a lot of these fights lately. That is Mercury ult coming out as well, but
Looking to make the big play here to end the game. Does get caught out by the root. That spells the end of his attempt to end the game. We see the taunts coming out. Love to see it. But we don't see the Tsukiyomi spawning for another 20 seconds. Dog's got to defend this by himself.
They're gonna just take the Phoenix and bounce. If the Mercury was still alive, they would be able to push and end.
I just feel like Pat was just too impatient there. He could have just waited for his
Really could have waited and played it back and played it safe.
Wow, very, very bold play there by the Thoughts to dash in on that. But as I was saying, like, sorry, I'm cutting you off.
No, you're good.
Sorry, I was just gonna say, like, I feel like if Pat waited a little bit longer for the rest of his team, as we see Chubby Ostrich getting the kill on the enemy, massive play, but we do see the Tsukiyomi all falling up.
Gonna secure that Agni. They're not gonna be able to get that T2 tower, but they did get their Phoenixes back.
He's still going. Oh, unfortunately.
Oh, no one home with that ult. A lot of crits coming out onto that Sun Wukong from this Jingwei. Another knockup, interrupting the stun from the Tsukiyomi. Jingwei just slinging stuff. Once she gets into these fights, she hurts a lot.
Wow,
Tsukiyomi
nice
falling.
Ganesha ult.
That was definitely a gift given by that Ganesh ult to the Colin. And Sun Wukong is gonna scooter on out of there. Can't even think of his name. Kuzenbo ulting, and he's gonna get out as well. They're gonna be able to take this T2 Phoenix. There's really nothing else for them to get besides just grouping and pushing. They need to just group. Focus something. Oni is gone. Fire Giant's down. Like, just group up and push, or let Mercury do his thing, and you four just push.
There
but
he goes again.
That was an interesting pick.
Wait, he's got thorns. He's gonna die. If he's gonna die before Kuzenbo does, and he does.
Oh my god.
That must have been so much reflect damage. Yeah, Kuzenbo popped the thorns there, popped the 2, and just that was just the worst target you could have chosen. I'm sorry, but like, out of the 115 or something gods in the game, you picked the worst one to ult as a Mercury. I'm sorry.
Why does Sun Wukong have less damage than Kuzenbo in 46 minutes?
Because Kuzenbo did all of that with reflect damage. It's insane. The late game, you know, sometimes, you know, I remember back when Kuzenbo came out, it wasn't out of the ordinary to see late game he would have top of everything in the scoreboard because he would just do so much damage just by existing. It's crazy. But yeah, we see the result of that reflect damage. We see just Taxi essentially just, you know, it's like if Saitama went for the punch and then it just came back to him. You know, he just punched himself in the face and just took it all and just died to the tower afterwards.
Now they gotta wait for the Mercury to come back up. 10 seconds feels like 10 minutes. We are looking like this is gonna be the longer of the 3 games.
Man, it's past 12 now. It's past midnight. Why are we still here?
These guys,
These guys are not making our jobs easy, are they? But you know, we're here to watch some great games.
Kind of nutty.
Nice Mercury ult.
Great Mercury ult coming out, and look at that. Sun Wukong had to ult himself. They're gonna be able to chase them down. That is a push. Stop going for these camps. It's 47 minutes. You do not need to be getting those itty bitty harpies in the back, bro. Group up and end this game.
They're gonna lose the Phoenix, okay, which they don't because they all back because they understand that they can't win this fight. But there's nothing to get here. There's just Pyromancer. FG's not up for like another 2 minutes. This game's definitely gonna be 50 minutes at this point. Unless Mercury gets a pick, which he seems to be going for.
That was
that was
interesting
a lot of damage.
Interaction there, but that was a lot of damage that came to the way of Mercury. He's not gonna be able to box him a second time.
He wants to get this Phoenix, but I don't think he's gonna be able to do it at this point. He's just taking a lot of damage. See how much
Top ult coming out and missing. That is an on-her
miss.
ult as well. Mid Phoenix falling again. Kukulin just kind of tanking and doing what he does best, annoying that back line. We have got Jingwei and Agni over there, and Ganesh was silencing the Helen back. That's a lot of Agni bombs coming down, and Titan is under attack as well. Tsukiyomi had to back, but Kuzenbo gets a nice little push. There's so much going on. That was a great silence coming out, and Kukulin's going to fall to the On Her getting a double kill into the Ganesh. Thoth is dashing in, trying to get a stun, but Agni misses that stun, and they are going to try and push off Mercury. Just leave. And Mercury's going in after the Thoth. Thoth is going to fall to the Mercury. Tsukuyomi coming out of both of them. We get the Agni Aegis. I'm sorry, the on her Aegis, on her falls. And so does Tsukuyomi. Agni and Mercury are the only two folks left on the way of You Got Diffed. Oh, actually, Jing Wei is still alive too. I think she just had the back. And
Do
right
it.
now, it's two full people. The tanks are both alive for Slick Cats.
This game's never gonna end, is it? Like at this point, they just keep killing each other over and over again. I just don't think they can get any objectives as I say that.
Agni
When it
getting a kill onto
immediately
that.
goes down, looks like there might be
Come
another
on.
self kill. No,
Oh.
why would you do that?
Goodness
No,
gracious.
not again, not again. Oh my god.
If Kuzumbo got a double kill right there, I was logging off for the night.
That... Wait, is this game? Is this finally gonna end?
Yeah.
Oh my god, they're finally gonna end the game. 59 minutes and
This game is going-
57 seconds. The game is finally over. 2-1, You Got Diff versus Slick Cat. Please just end the game. Thank you. Oh my god. Oh,
Look at that. 50 minutes and 3 seconds for You Got Diffed. Oh, God.
I don't know. About 60k damage by the Agni.
He did a lot. He was dropping bombs, and we thought Thoth was doing a lot of damage, but he was nowhere in the ballpark of that Agni. He was like 14k behind him. Solid showing from Chubby Ostrich and making sure he was the anchor on that team in that the last few pushes.
Yeah, I agree. For like, Agni just made so many plays about the end of the game. You know, finally ending the game. You know,
Raw
just
toast
I
with
am
less
getting
than
word
20.
that someone may want to do an interview. I don't.
We're
Do we
not
even
doing
want
an
to do
interview.
this?
Nope. I don't.
I mean,
Nope.
I mean,
We're
I'll take one for the team. I'll do a solo interview if you want.
okay. I mean, if you do an interview, I'll be here. I don't want. It's
We'll
midnight.
we'll give him 2 minutes.
Oh, it's
You have,
it's
you
the
have 2
man.
minutes.
It's
You
the
have
man, the
2
myth, the
minutes. We
legend.
are so tired.
We got Paxki in here. Paxki, how you feeling, brother?
That was a long game, huh? It was,
Yeah, you think? You think?
It's not our fault that we had
A
some
long
pauses. It
set,
happens.
you know.
Very long set, it's
How long
we'll
have we been
start it-
streaming for, Sean?
Oh, 3 hours.
Oh, yeah, it's 3 hours.
3 hours.
3
and 8
hours
minutes.
and 8 minutes.
Yeah,
Wow.
well,
this-
it's hard to end, when jungle is the worst role in the game like it is right now. It's
Oh,
really hard to end games,
okay.
That's
You know what?
how it is.
You know, I hear excuses. That's what I'm hearing.
No,
Okay.
the plays coming out of the Mercury in that game, two Phoenixes and almost being able to end the game. If their timers were any longer, that game would have been over about 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, and you know what? I should have just trusted myself. I don't know. I really just didn't trust myself to get all that damage done. Late on, I was just like, oh, do I crit the Titan? Well, obviously I don't crit the Titan, but do I do enough damage without the crits? Like I don't know. It's tough in this new patch to be a jungler. Again, it's really hard, But we persevered as a team. We did a good job. We caught some good picks late in the game. 70-second respawn timers. Feel pretty good when you're when you're not feeling them. So or when you're not experiencing them. So yeah.
We do
Yeah.
have a question coming out. Game 2, what happened?
Oh God, what? I think that was like an hour and a half ago, something like that.
Yeah, the
Yeah, almost.
Sirket support, the Cleo mid. What happened in that game? You guys had it with the first game, and then it just kind of was teeter-tottering the whole time for this game to have to go into a third set.
Well, yeah, I know. I mean, to put it bluntly, I know. I think we got Mori cringed on. Like we just
Mhm.
the team was not ready to handle the pressure that a Morgan puts on your back line, and it also felt like I don't know. It felt like if I didn't win a 1v1 or a 1v2 even in the back line, every fight we were losing them pretty hard. So I think the big thing for us in that game was that we didn't have a good initiation beyond me getting a pick on someone or catching the Morgan slacking. Which she wasn't for the most part. Again, a really good relic usage out of her to keep her alive most fights. So, but again, that all three games really went super long. I think that's the nature of draft league games, right? Is that they're just going to run long because no team has the coordination to end. But again, we were able to make the plays that we needed in games 1 and 3 to end the game, and Game 2, they made a good play, you know, I lost my 1v1 and we lost the game off of that. I mean, it was probably a dead game anyways for us at that point, but it it's how the cookie
Gotta put
crumbles, you
that
know?
last nail in the coffin.
Yeah, absolutely.
But that was a great showcasing from this game. We were on our toes watching you push those two phoenixes, box the Sun Wukong, and almost take that Titan a couple of times. So definitely showing us why you are a top tier jungler, even with jungle being a very very difficult role right now.
It's the worst. It really is. It sucks. I hate
Tokyo.
jungle right now. It's so tough because you know, all my good picks, all my little sneaky pocket picks are kind of meta now, so it's kind of hard to be a jungler like myself at this point, you know. But someday, you know, the Nem nerfs, Nem is going to be terrible, guys. Wink, 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 wink.
Oh
She's
yeah,
going to be
yeah.
awful after this next patch. So you guys really should just stop
Five
banning her
whole
and
percent.
yeah, let her through, and we'll see what happens. But yeah, no, either way, that was a fun game. It was good to win. Felt very satisfying to win that game. You know, it's nice to uh, you know, see the trade have benefits for both teams because both teams were looking better too after the trade. So feels good.
Absolutely. So, definitely, good showing to watch for the last 3 hours. Raw Toast not never making it out of single digit wards, even in 35 plus minute games.
Yikes.
9 wards. That's kind of rough, buddy. But that's it. You have any other questions for Paxi? Realize?
Yeah, what made you think one punching a Kuzumbo was a good idea?
What do you mean at the end of the game?
No, but like just like the two times you almost like into yourself trying to like kill the Kuzumbo
Well,
only
because
for
if
to
we
have
kill the
him reflect.
Kuzembo, then no one lose. Well, oh, okay. Well, there were a couple fights where I called to try to kill. Oh yeah, so the one near right tier two, I was calling for the team to like stop hitting the tower and kill the Kuzembo on their own. Which like you know if I ult them and then throw them back to the team, then Ganesh silence and stuff. Like by then, with a Jingwei wailing on them and an Agni too, they should be dead, right? Like, but you know, just a little bit of miscommunication on the team on that one. And then the other one, I just knew that as long as the Kuzembo dies there, all the other respawn timers are way too long for it to matter that I die, even, you know. So that's why I was willing to. It's too bad my Bloodforge didn't proc beforehand though on the
But after you die, what too
well
bad
before I died, you
that
know,
didn't
like
proc after you died?
yeah, it's too bad that it didn't proc before I died, you know, but because
Yeah,
if it did,
unfortunate.
then it would have been a little bit more stylish. But again, at the end of the day, they countered me well with the draft, and we the team in general we were able to persevere. Felt good. Yes, that's always fun, isn't it? Pridwin, such a bad item. You should buff it. Yeah, supports are in such a rough spot. Ha ha ha. It is what it is.
Okay, you guys get your 12K crits. It's all right.
Hi-Res
Yeah.
doing what Hi-Res does best and making everybody angry all at the same time. So, oh, that was a phenomenal set. 2-1 in the way of You Got Diffed. Great showcase from Slick Catboys. Thank you everybody for coming out tonight. For showing love in the chat. And again, shout out to Seals on these cams. Without you, we wouldn't be here. Realize any last words?
Oh, well, thank you guys so much for sticking around with us after 3 whole hours of Smite. We're probably just as tired as you guys if you've been watching us the whole time, so I appreciate it a lot. Shout out to the people that subbed during that time. We appreciate it, and yeah, thank you guys so much for watching.
Alrighty, but I'm that's Realize. I'm Sean Tastic, and Seals already beat me to the punch, but you heard me. Jersey.